Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel you. No free promo. Um, Good evening. So I know y'all know I like to do my thing on here. One, if you're new to the den, welcome. Hit that like button. If you're true to the den, I shouldn't have to tell you what's going on. Make sure you got your nice adult beverage, or if that's not your thing, maybe you got a little something you got rolled up if you partake. Hey, if that's not your thing, then you're probably too goddamn young. Get your nice warm glass of milk and take your ass to bed. But it's your boy at Honcho, and I'm glad to see all you lovely people this evening. It's Friday, so Friday we like the conversation to get a little bit more spicy. The conversation gets a little bit more adult themed, if you will, right? And I'm like, who is this nigga talking? I don't even see nobody. I gotta give me a second because I heard that YouTube is punishing folks for on-screen inflammation. So y'all know I like to do what I do. It just wouldn't be the den if I didn't do it. But so I'm getting that properly prepared. But again, I love all you folks, and I hope everybody's doing well. I hope life has treated you good. I hope life gave you the blessings that you deserve today. Um, so while we're getting prepared, I want to talk about body count. But this is not about shaming tonight. This is not about all of that. We're all grown folks, right? At this point, you make whatever decision you choose to make with the people that you choose to be with, right? Because in this day and age, if you're looking to find, especially you in my age range, you should definitely have long given up hope. But if you're looking to find that sacrificial virgin or whatever it may be that you're hoping for, good luck, because that shit just don't exist. But not only that, let's be honest. You're a man or woman or whomever may be listening in. We don't discriminate in the den. But do you really want to deal with somebody that's inexperienced? You got to be teaching them. Ain't nobody got time for no shit like that, right? Like, I like you. You got to bring your own jujitsu to the table. I'm saying this is my technique. I'm I'm gonna learn your technique, that type of shit. But so it's not about shaming. It's not about clowning. But it's about why tonight. And hopefully the ladies will share their thoughts on this because again, y'all bring a very different perspective than the fellas. That why is it when a man has achieved a high score, has a high body count, it's an accolade. It's respected. It's praised even, right? It's something you aspire to be. But on the other hand, when a woman has a reputation of being friendly, right? Friendly, nice, kind, very friendly. Friendly in the nakedness. She gets a bad rep, right? But we all like friendly in the nakedness. Why are we getting bad reps for something like that, right? Uh, yeah. And so I'm saying, let me see. Let's get all this. And now we can get started. Let me make sure the door is closed. Make sure the dog's where they're supposed to be. Oh, let me close this. All right. So again, oh shoot. Oh. I'm telling you, it's gonna look a little dirty. I ain't clean up. I don't give a damn. It is what it is. All right, let's get this party started with all the lovely folks in the den. All my friends in the den. All right, so. Right. First, let me get the shout outs here in just a second. I'll do that in just un momento, por favore. Let me. This is. All right. So. All right, so everybody says they don't judge, right? Until it's time to choose a long-term partner. And this is why I think that, and this is where we're going to see why we look at things differently. But when it comes to a long-term partner, suddenly the conversations change. Hey, I'm open-minded. I'm cool with this, and this, until that conversation of body count comes up, right? Right? Oh, see, the thing didn't, the ticker didn't even update. That's what I'm saying. Pardon me. That is the wrong ticker. Let me see if it fixes up real quick. That has nothing. That's shit from like days ago. Why is that even in there? Oh, I see. There should be a new one popping up. All right. So, the body count conversation comes up, right? And it's like, oh, you had dealt with that many? And what's the saying, fellas? I'm gonna see if the fellas know. Ladies may or may not know this. What's the saying, fellas? If a lady tells you her body count, what must you do? And I know ladies are gonna be like, this is why I don't tell them niggas my body count now, because them niggas ain't shit. But we're gonna see what fellas know what it is. What you supposed to do if a lady tells you her body count? What are you supposed to do with that? Ladies, is there a saying for men that if a man tells you his body count, is there a saying that you're supposed to do with that? Right? Let me know how that goes. But you get to having a conversation about body counts, right? And some people say, hey man, I'm all groovy. The past is the past. Whatever you did in the past, like the past is the past until you know what the past is. But other people say, hey man, I don't know. Your dating history matters because your past says a little bit something about your future, right? But here's where the conversation really gets interesting. So many men may argue that getting sex usually requires effort. And they say they have to attract, I got to impress, I got to pursue, I got to earn opportunity, and women will say, well, I spend much of my dating life deciding who gets access, but the opportunities come much more frequently, right? So if these experiences are a bit different, should the numbers really mean the same thing, right? Or are we comparing two different realities? Are we playing two different games? So tonight, like I said, isn't about shaming anybody or telling you how to live your life, because you can't tell me how to live mine, but it's about understanding why this debate refuses to go away. But I think we need to take a different angle on it. So here's a question I want you thinking about tonight. Are we judging the number or what we believe that number represents, right? So I'm gonna throw the polls up, so make sure y'all vote in the polls. Make sure you jump in the chat. And when I open up the line, I promise I ain't gonna talk all night tonight. I'm gonna keep it short, sweet for the most part, so y'all can call in and share your thoughts. I wanna know what y'all feel, right? Let's talk about it, right? Because I really feel like, let's just kind of diving immediately into it. The other day, Miss Bell called in, and yelled, I'm looking lappy and crazy. I'm gonna go sit in that chair one day. I just don't want to. It just takes so long. I don't want to sit in the chair, y'all. I've been looking crazy, but I'm gonna get right. But when we're talking to Miss Bell, and I made the reference to the Larry Bird thing, right? Now, jokingly at the moment, right? But that's always the same. It's a difference between putting up 40 and getting 40 scored on you, right? And rightfully so. But I'm trying to get back to the person that I originally was when I started this channel, to be a much more caring person, not to be so callous, right? Not to become so desensitized to things, because the world can make you very desensitized, right? I don't want to become desensitized to the opinions of the ladies in the den because, I'm like, I know ladies in the den, right? But it's this, I see all this going on. That doesn't matter, right? I want to be more aware of the people I actually deal with, right? Because the people I hear stories about, they're just stories, they're just references, right? So your voice is what matters. So thinking about that, right? You think about it. As a man, I know we don't put ourselves in this position because it's just like it's on easy mode. We get it. But if you're a woman, you are the prey, right? Not to sound all crazy, right? But you are the prey, and so you're gonna get chose on, right? Most of you are gonna get chose on. Y'all not. Some of y'all got that thought on us to do the choosing yourself. But most women aren't going to choose for themselves. Most women are going to take what comes up to them, right? And they're going to accept it. So you got to look at it kind of two ways. But first, before we dive into that, I want you to hold that thought, right? Let me drop a poll on that ass. This first poll, right? That's not the right poll because the wrong polls are still stuck in the fucking thing. God damn it. I'm telling you, I had this is what happened. For some reason, the shit just resets. Like when I get everything together early, like hours early, the shit just can't work naturally. Ignore that fucking poll, and it fucks up. God damn it. We still gonna have a good time. Let me take this bullshit off here. All right. This here. Okay. Well, I gotta wait till this poll finishes. Once that poll finishes, it don't even matter. But let's see who all we got joining us while we wait for that poll to finish, and then we're going to get into this conversation, right? So I see Infinity asking, you shall receive. Girl 6, I like the new rebrand. I like it. I'm fucking with it. The lovely Miss Bell Southern Style, as always, good to see you, ma'am. Let's see. Adam, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. Let's see. Sophisticated. All the way out in the Rockaway, Queens. Say word, you heard me? That's like I done mixed up New York and New Orleans. Shout out to my boy Sophisticated. Always good to see you, man. Let's see. Jennifer, good to see you. Glad that you could join us. Say, they always heard if you're getting married, your fiance has your body count, you divide it by 2, and a man multiplies by 2. That's interesting, right? That's interesting how it goes both ways. Shout out to Jennifer. Here's my thing, right? I always thought it was multiplied by 3. For ladies, I thought it was multiplied by 3. And if it's a 3 by 3 thing, it's terrible for fellas. Oh, it's terrible, fella. If we got to divide by 3, oh, it's awful. My bad. Here's the poll. Make sure you're on live. I'm gonna make sure up the poll, make them longer. I'll make them 5 minutes. It ain't gonna hurt for the poll to be 5 minutes. Here's the actual first poll. That last one was an old poll from last time. Make sure you use hashtag 1, 2, 3, or 4 to get your vote in. Make sure you do it, so that it can be tallied up properly. Let me see. Let's see. Let me see. And again, there we go. Okay, so while we're getting to that, so I think it's 2 different games, right? I think it's 2 different things that you got to look at, and what you got to look at is the woman's perspective, right? I cannot be mad, right? I cannot be, and I'm not mad. I really don't care. But if a person is active, right, and they're out and about, and let's say it's a lady, right, and women are equally, well, I would like to believe, I don't know these days, but women should equally be as attracted to men as men are to women, right? A woman's going to see a guy that she likes, and that guy may happen to like her, and that guy may happen to say the right thing. Guy may just be out for something, but she may be attracted. Like, if all the women you saw, right, like if all the women you saw, let's just like turn the tables for a second. Some of you may or may not understand this. If all the women you saw, like in your day-to-day when you just kind of glance, oh, that bitch got some nice teeth, that bitch got a fat ass, that bitch, this, and this. Women looking and checking the same way, but imagine all of those, the wants and the not wants, and I make it sound terrible. All you women ain't getting chose like this, so don't start like, yeah, I understand it, Honcho. They're just on me all day, every day. No, bitch, no, they're not. You got a little action, but it ain't like that. But it's a situation where, say you have that opportunity coming at you, right? Like, and you kind of can just say, hey, yeah, I'm kind of interested in this to see where it goes, or hey, I'm kind of not. Like, imagine not having to have that effort. And sometimes things that you like fall into your lap. Like, can you be mad if a woman seizes those opportunities, right? Like, can you be mad that it's a little bit, let's be honest, a little bit easier? Now, the problem with women is men can be deceptive, right? Men can have really good game, right? I think I'm all right. Like, I don't think I'm the worst in the world. I don't think that I'm the most player nigga in the world, but I think there's a protocol and there's a set standard that you operate with, right? But I guarantee there's niggas way more player than me. I'm not gonna ever doubt that. I'm not gonna ever think that there's not people who are better looking than me. Like, I would never doubt it. So, like, if a woman comes across a lot of that, depending on what, venue she's in and those opportunities, can you fault her, right? Because I love me some me. If I seen some me, I'd be like, hey, me, what's up? What's happening? Right? You can't fault her, right? And if there's some better me's, the way I look at it, then I can't blame her, right? So you wonder, you're like, well, where does the discernment come in? Where does she, where does she draw the line? But does she have to, right? Because we have new standards, I think. I think we have new acceptances. There's things that we as men want and would desire, and we can own that. But in this new day and age, if you want this thing, you're going to have to understand that it's different now, right? Women have options. Women have the opportunity to do whatever they want to, right? And it's about, and I get it when they say you're going to take me, this way or that way. It's up to you. You either take it or you don't, right? Because we know, we know, fellas, we know I've said some things in here before. There are things that women can do to men that a man could never, that a man, that I love a women's, that a man could never do in the forms of pain and just terrible things, right? So, and you know, if it's a broad you care about, especially, you know how that can go. So, it is what it is. But a woman is presented with all these opportunities. It's about, you know, hey, am I out here to have fun? Am I out here to find a husband in the long term? Because the more of the fun opportunities you take, there's a possibility that there's a decline in the husband market, right? But that's if you're honest. That's if you're truthful about it. If you say, hey, you know, you meet potential suitors and you're like, hey, man, look, I was out and about. It was hot girl summer, about 10 summers in a row. But, you know, it is what it is. A couple of guys you may see that we go to places that we like may say, hey, they might know me at the door, you know, some type of weird shit like that. Those are things that a man is going to do if he's talking about dating seriously, right? Now, there's two conversations to be had. Now, if it's not a serious thing, I don't think anybody cares about body count. I think if it's not a serious relationship, I don't think anybody cares. I think it's all about the physical pleasures, right? Like nobody really gives a damn if what you're doing, right? Because I don't have any serious intent. I don't intend to really be maybe out and about with you like that or whatever. It's like I'm not concerned with what other people are thinking or however it may go. Like I'm speaking in general, right? And since I told y'all YouTube won't let us burn the fire, I have to step to the side. But you say married to your husband, not to be TMI, we had after about 6 weeks of dating, and he said, 6 weeks. Let me tell you something. And that's actually good because this day and age, but notice the word husband was used, right? In this day and age, there's some bras that's not waiting 6 hours. If we're being super real, and if you, and that's a beautiful thing that you said, right? Because again, this is not a shaming show. This is not a pointing finger show. This is just a realistic conversation from everybody's perspective. I'm going to open up the lines here in just a second, right? Because I promised I wasn't going to talk too much. But from a male perspective, right? If this man puts you on this pedestal and he loves you and he's obsessed with you and everything that you're the air you breathe, your bath water, he'll drink it. You know what I'm saying? He wants to lay roses beneath your feet. He'll carry you so your toes never have to touch the ground. He just loves everything about you, right? And you stalled him out for quite a while, right? You didn't really like him like that. A couple of months, but he was a good dude. Maybe like 3-4 months or so, right? But the guy you met at the liquor store, getting there 15 minutes before closing time, looked like y'all both had the same intentions on your mind after a little good conversation. You took a risk and, you know, had a little shindig, right? Barely knew the guy, never called you back. That's what men look at. It's not about it's about, do I get the same return, right? Because if this guy got it in a day and I had to wait a year, but I'm exerting so much more effort, energy, love, and all these things matter, right? It truly is, right? Because it would be like, on the vice versa, and maybe y'all can give me a better example, ladies, but it would be like if a man you liked, right? You poured your heart out to him and everything, you really wanted him, but he treated you like shit. But the girl he liked, she slapped him around, embarrassed him in public, openly cheated on him, all kind of stuff, and he treats him like shit, but he's bringing her flowers and rings and all. You would be confused, right? You would be questioning, what is it that she has that I don't have? And I know women think like this. We talk about it all the time. There's a lot of time women see other women and they're like, well, what is she doing? And you don't want to know. Or if you do want to know, is you might not be willing to make that effort, right? So all I'm saying is this, right? I'm not knocking it. Again, I'm not hating on it. But I understand, like I had to really take time to understand for women. Again, men, and we're supposed to be the more disciplined gender, right? We're supposed to be the more disciplined, so we're supposed to be, right? So can you fault them? If things fall in their lap that they appreciate, they enjoy, can you fault them? Did you just not catch them in time? Is that a mark now? Again, because think about how much access we have to each other, how much access we have to one another, and you know what that leads up to. It's much more activity going on these days than it was back in the day. And that's something you have to consider, or you have to maybe reject. Let me throw the second poll up here. Second poll says, should men and women be judged by the exact same standard regarding body count? Well, I asked that. Well, I put that poll out there. Let me make sure. Let me catch that. Say no. You said no female wants a man that other women don't want. That's true. It's super true, right? Like no one does. No, my bad. No woman does, right? Because it looks at. Here, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna keep it super kosher with y'all on some shit, right? The better a man, and this is just speaking from personal experience, right? From personal experience, the better of a man you present yourself as in certain standards and protocols, right? The worse off your woman's gonna look at you. If you're a broad, think you don't have no other options in the world, she will think she's doing you the biggest favor, and just it's gonna be bad, my nigga. It's gonna be bad, my nigga. It's gonna be terrible, bro. Like it's not gonna be a pleasant outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna be a good deal. So it's what happened? It's not gonna be a it's not gonna be a good deal because the you know it's just. It's not. It's going to be very unfortunate. But, excuse me. Right, like you don't want to put in more effort. Then again, you know what I'm saying? And again, and the same thing though, but can you fault a woman, right? Like I think we have to understand women better, you know, and understand the history of women, the nature of women. And as a man, you either accept that, you know, in this modern day and age, or you just like, hey, maybe things have changed. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I was in the wrong time frame. I was in the wrong time period. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just no telling, right? So again, oh, y'all in here still, they go to pistachio beef and going on. Who wants some of that drop? Oh, the mailman ain't in here? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up the line here in just a second. Right? And I got a few things I want to bring up in the okay, that is working good. Y'all got to pardon me. I get a little distracted trying to make sure the other pieces are working that was supposed to work that are not. Oh, what did I do? I thought I did something terrible. My bad. All right. So. I don't know. I said I was supposed to cover that up, but I didn't. Let me make sure I got all my little talking points here. That's what I be doing. Let me write shit down. Let me laugh forgetting shit. All right. All right. So this is what I want y'all to think about when I open up the line. Right. I want y'all to Jack Triple, the motherfucking pen was going down. Hold up. This is what I want y'all to think about when I open up the line. Right. Why are men and women often judged differently? Why do you personally believe that men and women are judged differently, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody says some society already does. I see one vote for yes. Hashtag, make sure you hashtag 1, 2, 3, or 4 to get your vote in. And then also, if it is a double standard, is it unfair? Or are we just rooted in different social realities, right? Are we having different opportunities? Because the dating game, we call it the dating game, but there's two sets of rules, right? There's two protocols going on. We're not playing the same game, a la the thumbnail, right? So that's my question. Can you fault someone who has significantly more opportunities for occasionally, you know, advancing on those opportunities, right? So say you got, you know, a woman has 100 opportunities and she takes 10 of them, right? Compared to you only having maybe 20 opportunities. And then I wouldn't even say opportunities. You got like, men have less opportunities than that. But, you know, out of your 20 opportunities, maybe 4 or 5 work out for you. And I still think that's high for most dudes. Like statistically, most dudes that's high, right? But here's what I forget. Here's what I tend to forget, being me. That here's what I tend to forget being me is that I've been in some different circles in my life, right? And sometimes I've stumbled into these circles. Sometimes, just by pure coincidence or other factors lead you into things, right? And I find it real weird some of these circles that I'm in because it's just like one, how the fuck am I here? But two, I see a different lens of the world, I guess, sometimes, right? Because I see statistics, I see numbers, I see things, and I like to think of myself as an extremely average person. I don't think I'm neither here nor there. I don't believe I'm extremely special. I'm not, I feel like I'm a person. Yeah, I'm a little bit taller than average, right? Slightly above average. Other than that, I like to think of myself as a very normal person, right? Just as far as most things. So I like to believe that most people have approximately the same amount or better fortune than I do in everyday life events, right? Whether it's just dealing with people or just the luck that comes your way, whatever, right? And when I look in the past and I just kind of assess things sometimes retroactively, uh, I look at stuff like, hey, you know what? Maybe just either maybe I am a little more fortunate than most, or people are just like people are lying about their luck, right? He says, "Why cheating is viewed differently because men have to be given access by the women they cheat when a woman gives access to another man." Which, yeah, let's say, with as much as such society, yeah, and that's why I will agree with that. Let me open up the line here because I keep saying them open up. Give me just a few seconds. But I will agree that cheating is much differently, right? Like, and again, I'm looking at body count as in we're coming to the table, we're having a conversation, whether it's serious or whatever. We're just having an honest conversation. Not about anybody cheating, not about anybody stepping up, but cheating, it can be a doozy. When we talk about men and women cheating, that might be a different conversation. But just having an honest thing, like, women, if you call in, does it make you look at a man differently knowing his body count, right? Does it make you anticipate something differently if you're with a man that you know is probably more promiscuous or probably has more access to women, right? Fellas, vice versa. How does it feel to you if hold on, let me hold on, I ain't even got it all set up. Hold on, man, I got the calls coming in. I ain't even got the system. See, that's what happens. I get to run in my mind. Hold on. Let me get it all together here. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. My apologies, y'all. All right. Okay. Now this should be. Are we connected? Okay, we should be connected. Let me put the headset on. All right. My apologies. Y'all know I be doing too much shit at once. Hold up, DJ Scratch and Sniff in the mix, baby. It's going down. Hold up. All right. My apologies. Let me switch over to the proper shit, right? Okay, 832-779-7043 if you want to call into the den line. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Gosh darn, don't think it's working. Son of a biscuit eater. We got to do it the ghetto way. Fuck it, we do it live. No. We'll do it. We'll just do it. We ain't got no time for calls back. We're in the mix right now. All right. Good evening. Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Yes, Bell.
All right. The bell is ringing. How are you doing this evening, Miss Bell?
Good. I wanted to get it in early so I make sure everybody else gets their calls in.
Okay. So. Okay, go ahead. No, express your thoughts. You have a statement. You have an initial thought before I ask you anything?
Seriously, I think this goes back to, I don't want to say biblical times, but religious times. Mm-hmm. And that's one of those few things that society has ingrained, and I don't think it's really ever changed. Mm-hmm. It's lightened up, but I don't think it's honestly ever changed. Women were always put on a pedestal, and men didn't have the same accountability.
Okay. So.
And I agree with Infinity. I mean, he's right.
What? What specifically about what specifically is that you agree with about Mr. Infinity?
Well, society treats cheating between men and women differently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's men knock at the door, and because a woman opens the door, she's actually more responsible.
Do you think women are upholding the same responsibility in this generation that they did in generations prior, or does it matter?
I think part of it is they're just being frustrated with being held to the same standards. When men have a certain amount of responsibility as well.
Right.
I mean, we all joke about a man having a side piece, but it's still not as shameful as a woman having a side piece.
But okay. So let's look at that. Let's bust that down, right?
Sure.
Let's break it down. So, are we going to look at this from modern standards, or are we going to look at this from a traditional viewpoint, and why? You pick.
I think that it's pretty similar. I don't think that society in general has matured that much. It's just how do I say this? It's like it's under the depth of the water. On the surface, everybody wants to be equal, but when in reality, we all go back to tradition.
Would you say that women proclaim they want equality more, but they prefer having advantages, and men say they want advantage more, but they prefer equality?
I think that's a very individual answer. I know it's sitting on a fence, and I'm going to get splinters up my ass for it, but that's just one of those things that truly is individual.
Okay.
Because you have straight people, you have gay people, you have LGBT community, and so everybody's want and needs are going to all be different,
right?
And what their expectations are going to be different.
Right. All right. So
there's not one or two real answers on that.
Okay. So let's just take an average scenario then, right?
Sure.
We're talking about men having a side piece versus a woman having a side piece.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going traditional, and I, in this day and age, traditional is rare. It's it's a tough economy out there. A lot of families need two incomes and things to get along. But let's just say we're going by the traditional.
Becoming an instinct breed.
Right. But let's just say the woman gets what she wants in life. I want a man who's a provider. He takes care of me, and he does all these things, right? And let's just say he gets a stay-at-home wife and, mother for his children and, all the things that he wants. So everybody's getting what they want, like that they claim that they want. But folks are getting wandering eyes, right? So.
Well, wait a minute. Let's call it what it is. Everybody's getting basic needs met.
Basic needs met.
Not wants, because wants are different than needs.
Okay. So you feel like those are bare minimums.
Yeah.
Okay, I can respect that. Okay.
People need to have the house clean. Somebody's going to watch kids, and somebody needs to make money.
Right.
Those are needs.
Right.
The wants are the emotions and the proclivities.
Okay, I can respect that. Okay, so we're getting our base. That's even better, actually. So the basic, like you said, the basic needs, you say, are met, right? So sometimes after the basic needs are met, sometimes people get wandering eyes, right? Maybe the excitement's not there. Maybe, whatever's going on is not there, right? So let's say first the man decides, I'm working hard, but my old lady, got kids. Maybe I'm not getting the love I desire, or maybe she's just not into it. Maybe there's no kids involved or nothing. Maybe, just the realities of life have set in, the honeymoon phase is over, and, it just is what it is, but I just don't feel appreciated. I work hard, I don't feel appreciated. I'm going to go find me a little friend on the side here, right? Not trying to replace my wife, not trying to replace my old lady, but just a little spark, just a little something, when I need just a little pick-me-up, right? I'm not taking from my household to look out for her. I'm not, nobody's going without. I'm not any excessive time or anything like that happening, right? So that's the first scenario. How do you feel about that? Just what are your initial thoughts about that?
It's cheating.
Okay.
Cut and dry. And the reason I say that is that that's what you're in a partnership for.
Right.
If you talk it out with your partner and you decide having an open relationship is something that you want, that's one thing.
Right.
But not discussing it, that's traitorous.
Okay.
I mean, that's lying to what the relationship is.
Okay. All right. Now let's look at the other side of it. So that's cheating. So let's say, husband's working a lot of hours. He's doing everything he has to do to provide for the family. Maybe he's a construction guy. Maybe, he travels. Maybe he's out of town
Or he
a
works
lot.
long hours.
Yeah.
He's out of town a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, just a working hard guy. I'm a little lonely. He's not spending as much time as he was with me. We're not spending the same. We got a house, we got more bills, so she steps out though. But just hear me out. So she steps out to the grocery store, makes a friend, right? Still cheating.
Yeah.
Okay. But which is worse? Because one is worse than the other, whether we want to believe it or not.
It depends on what perspective you're looking at it as.
Mm-hmm.
Some men find a woman talking to another man is cheating regardless of whether there's no physical contact or not.
I mean, it opens the door. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And men, women, we have to wait until all of a suddenly they've dropped into somebody's cavity, and then we can consider it cheating. So it really, the all in all, with no gray area, it's all cheating.
Right. I agree. But
however, the amount of gray is where everybody gets clusterfucked on. Because you can have emotional cheating, you can have an emotional affair and not have any physical cheating, or you can have it all be physical and nothing be emotional.
Well, hey now. But
and that's where it gets complex. Well, that's the easiest of the two complex.
But do you think that, okay, let's talk about that, the pure physicality. On a scale of, or let's say a percentage of the women that cheat, how many of them do you think it's just pure physicality, no additional emotion involved? It's just, I need to be ravaged and my husband can't do it. I need somebody to take care of that for me. And then I go home with a smile on my face.
I'd say about 7%.
7%? Okay. Of men who you think that cheat, like how much of men do you think it is? It's just purely physical. You say about 25?
Yeah.
Okay. So you say about a quarter of men you think get just pure, no attachment, no strings attached, and about 7% of women. Okay.
And that's gay and straight. That's not just traditional gender either.
Okay. But don't you think that makes it worse? Like, don't you think it makes it more dangerous if a woman cheats because now her emotions are more likely to get involved, right? And that's the ultimate thing. I think some people can forgive, a little bit of deviation depending on the length of time. It's just certain situations, hey, if you can, you can. But when you start seeing that this person is expressing feelings towards someone else in the same light that they express those feelings towards you, is that not worse? Is that not more painful?
Okay, that comes down with intent. Because there are women that go out there and revenge cheat. Because they found out their man cheated, so it's like, I'm going to do to him what he did to me, which is stupid.
Does that, yeah, I was about to say, I'm glad you answered that. Because I was going to say, does that really, like, and I got to go on a little deviation. I think you're from a prior generation. You may see it the same way, maybe not, right? But I think prior generations of women understood this. If he cheats, don't cheat back. Be the better person, and you get to hold it over their head forever. Like, I don't think women understand the psychology. No. Here's what I'm saying. Instead of, if you're going to be vengeful, let me clarify it like that. If you're going to be vengeful, because I'm not saying necessarily be vengeful. If you're going to forgive somebody, you really should forgive them and let it go. But if you're going to be vengeful, right, and I'm gonna get my lick back, you give up the advantage by going and trying to get another body to fuck them. Now we're on the same page. You have leverage. You have leverage when you don't cheat back. And I don't understand why women don't get that. Right. And old school women understood. That's why the husbands acted the way they did, because they know, goddamn, because now it's more of a cycle like, damn, I got a good bitch, I done fucked up. You feel a certain way about yourself. But if the bitch go cheat back, this bitch ain't shit, I ain't shit, we just two ain't shit toxic motherfuckers together. Like, so people that missed out on that, or they don't understand that anymore. I just don't get that, why women don't get like, I get it, you're hurt. You want him to hurt the way you hurt, but you can hold long-term leverage, if you just, so I get it. But sometimes, like I see you say, it's so much temptation. Well, you feel like if the man deviates, well, now since he done deviated, I can open that back door. There's somebody been sliding in them DMs, or there's somebody, I kind of had my eye on if I wasn't with somebody. Well, now that gives me that opportunity. But what makes that dangerous, especially when you have somebody sitting in your pocket who've been kind of greasing the wheels for a long time, that's where I feel like more likely emotion can get into it, right? And I think that...
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, okay, let me say this. Two wrongs don't make a right marriage.
Right. I agree.
Or a relationship, for that matter.
Right.
And that's the biggest part of it, is that people think that they're going to fix it by getting down the dirt and getting ugly with the other person. Right. And it doesn't mean that the person that didn't cheat is better than the other person. It just means that they just didn't drop to that level.
Right.
They could have been doing shit in their marriage that could have pushed the other person to that point.
You have a very valid point. That's a very valid point.
It may be one person cheats, but both of the problems are within the marriage. Because if you're a partnership, there doesn't need to be any cheating. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, because I am realistic. But if you're that much into your marriage and your relationship, you don't have an eye for another person. Right. And that's the God's honest truth.
Right.
When you start having a wandering eye, you don't want to be there. You're looking for a walkout.
Right. Okay. I can respect that. All right. Okay. I think we may have covered it, but ultimately, no. I'm just saying, ultimately, because you kind of talked about how
I'm the Gen X. This is my female Gen X point of view.
Right. So,
and I'm sure Gen Z and a few of the other ones, y'all have different point of views.
Gen Z, I don't know. Does Gen Z have? I heard Gen Z doesn't drink alcohol at all anymore, so I don't know if I trust Gen Z. Gen Z doesn't have enough problems in their life. They don't. You got to start drinking early.
They might be preventing problems. I don't drink that much.
Nah, damn that. We need more problems on this planet. Everybody got to suffer together. That's how we overcome.
You want everybody to get down in the dirt and make a mess of it?
Yeah. So
isn't that punching down?
No, it's more entertaining for everybody if everybody's in the mud, right? If we all just wallowing in a little bit of filth, hey, why not, right?
Yeah, I'm better off staying up the other end of the driveway. I'm good with that.
Right. Okay, I can't be mad for that. Stay clean. Keep your nose clean. That's the best way to do it. All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I got one other question. When it comes to body count, is there a certain context that should be taken when we're discussing body count? So say somebody does have a considerably high number, right, or a number that you would think is a little up there. Like, are there factors that people should take into consideration, or is a high number just a high number?
I think there can be considerations, but ultimately it's up to the two people whether they decide that they can live with the other person's indiscretions.
Right.
And that's really, if you say, all right, that happened in your past, you have to close the door to that, because you've already given them forgiveness for what they did. Now, if they screw up while they're with you, or during that time, that's a whole different story. Right. But if you've forgiven them, you can't use that as a weapon. That's weaponizing their past. Not cool.
Right. So I can agree with that. Again, it is what it is. Once you agree to it, you got to do with it. So when it comes to the body count, what is it really measuring though? Like, what is it really saying? Is a person with a lower body count more disciplined, or they just have less access, or they maybe more specific about what they want? Is a person with a high body count, does it make them bad? Or maybe they're just more open-minded about things. Do you think that, it's a negative impact either way?
I think it really comes down to individual and environment. And individual persons, male and female, they each seek out different things, whether they're straight or not or whatever. But I think it comes down to the environment that they're in and what they feel comfortable with and what they don't feel comfortable with.
Okay. So ultimately it's
if you grew up in a very tight church community, you're less likely to step out. Whereas if you're in a big metropolitan and you're basically anonymous.
Do you think that leads to more, do you think that big city activity leads to more You know who it is? It was that
It
damn.
just leads to more people. It
Mm-mm.
leads to more.
It's that
It's like,
goddamn Sarah Jessica Parker. That goddamn horse face fucker. It's her fault that the women went crazy. That damn Sex in the City. That's what you figured it out, Miss Billy. They're in the metropolitan. They're in the city. They watch Sex in the City and they get all giddy out there showing some titties. And that's what's
yeah,
happening.
but you get the women in the Hamptons that do the same thing.
Yeah, but aren't they more discreet with it though?
But again, that comes down to the community, that comes down to the environment, that comes down to the social acceptance of it.
Right.
If you're in a highly religious area, then that shit's not going to fly. You need the partner, or any of those situations. So it really comes down to environment of what's accepting and what's not, and whether they're willing to deal with the shame of their choices.
Okay. Okay. All right. Any other thoughts on body counts? Do they or do they not matter? Anything along the line of the conversation that we've had this evening, Ms. Bill?
At my age, I got to say that there's got to be some forgiveness. If there's been a long time between, and there's been some rest in between, I think that allows a person to know that the other one, whether it's whatever situation, is that life's not all about sex, but the fact is that they took either time between partners, or there was a time off from that in order to think about other things other than that.
So are you saying that the wholeness can be reset?
It can't really ever be reset, but it can be put in the past. And there is a difference, because it's always going to follow you. It just doesn't mean you have to repeat it.
Okay.
Say you were with one woman and you cheated 8 times, and then you met this other woman, and it was like you were in a monogamous relationship for 10 years, and then you just was a horn dog for 6, and it just depends on the individual. With women, we automatically assume that she's going to keep her body count low because, again, that's what society is indoctrinated in, is that we're supposed to do that. Whether women do that or not is either by choice or by not their fault. I mean, violent crimes by men have to count as a body count, even though we don't want them to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And that's not by our choice either.
Yeah, I mean, it has the same impact. It has a mental implication one way or another.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the old saying of a woman getting a train on her, she has to take that into consideration when that may not have been any of her choice.
What?
Okay, yeah, I'm way out. I know that was way out there. Fine.
Look, the women are choosing. Look, they're going down to the Amtrak, Miss Bell, and they're buying the tickets. They're willingly they're doing. No, yes, she did. No, they're buying the tickets, Miss Bell. I'm not gonna go into too much more. This will be a non-YouTube show. They're buying the tickets, Miss Bell. They're willingly buying the tickets. They're paying extra for the tickets. They're getting the tickets in advance, Miss Bell. They're buying the tickets, but we'll leave it at that. But I got one other question. For you.
Sure.
2 men left on the planet, right? And it's up to Miss Bell to repopulate. Or not even repopulate. We'll not even repopulate, but to deal with, right? You got 2 men left on the planet. You can only have one. You choose one, the other one disappears forever. So you don't get to figure out, sample, guess. No, you just got one choice. All things being the same, one man has 0 experience with women, and the other man has maybe 100 women under his belt. Which man is Miss Bell choosing?
Probably the one with 0.
And why is that?
That way they could experience everything new together, rather than it being a spoil of something else. And ever being compared to anything else, because you were there first.
But what if you got a real bad outcome and that's what you just had to deal with? What if they were not, receptive to new things? And instead of having to be the teacher, you could be learning new things. But I mean, it's your choice. I'm just curious to know. Do you think most women would go that way?
I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of women if they don't have any experience at all, they would want the man with experience to be able to be the teacher. I mean, like I said, I was married for a long time, so it just, I'm not in that kind of category because that's not a 50-plus question.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was in my 20s, I probably would have gone with somebody more experienced. Being at the age I'm at now, it's like I could care less.
I don't know. They don't believe.
They gotta be some we're jumping through a hoop for if I'm gonna be, you know.
No, but TD don't believe. He say you full of shit, Miss Bell. He say you going with the experience.
Like I said, if I was in my 20s, I probably would. Nowadays, not so much. That's the difference in time and age. Because at this time and age, I'm old enough. I don't need one. Either one of them.
I want to ask what percentage of women you think feel that same way, but we see this. It's a different breed these days. The women these days. I showed y'all they 60 and 70 getting on the gram, twerking and doing everything else. I don't know. Like, so I mean, I think, you know, I think if that's Miss Bell's personal choice, I can believe it. I don't think most women would though. Most women nowadays are talking. A lot of the older women are talking super crazy, but hey, we ain't complaining. Ow, hit my knee.
It's just too much. I mean, it's just. I mean, if it happens, it happens, and I'm not gonna close the door on it, but I'm not leaving the damn door wide open either.
Okay.
See, there's a lot of women at my age that don't want to teach.
I don't know, man. This is.
It's like, listen, if you're somebody's first experience, that's all they're ever gonna know. They're not gonna. I mean, they may look for something else, but like you said, if I'm the only other woman on earth, then hey, you know, you make it work.
Right.
Oh. All right. So the other question I've been wanting to ask you for a long time is, what if sex was not part of any equation in a relationship?
All right. Good night, Jennifer. All right.
Night, Jen.
All right. And you say now, if sex wasn't part of any equation, then what would be what was that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch the rest of it.
Now, procreation was only for children, not for pleasure.
Right. I'd be the world's most interesting man. I'd probably just go on adventures all the time. Because here's my thing.
But it makes how we treat our relationships different.
Is it? Because here's the thing, right? Because if you don't have that common factor that you both come together for, right? It's very few, for the most part, men and women who agree on a lot of the same things, right? Or are interested in the same things. Most women.
I agree with you on that.
Right.
I've had men tell me that I can't be friends with you because they want sex and I don't.
Right, and you got to respect them for being fair, right? And so
exactly.
And so if it only works in terms of procreation, then I'm going to have to find more positive, interesting things to fill my time. Watching makeup tutorials or, you know, musicals or all of those, that's not going to be of interest. So I mean, probably like traveling and hiking, climbing weird shit, blowing stuff up, doing all kind of tomfoolery. You know, you have to find something, and I don't think there's a lot of women who are interested in that thing. So I think that. Or those kind of things. So I think it would be much more difficult for people to find that level of companionship. Because at the very least, you know, all right, we both have.
You put yourself in an environment where you could meet women that enjoy the same commonalities.
Yeah, I mean, but they would be there if those are the things I'm doing, then they would naturally be in those places. And if not, I don't think that I would go out of my way to try to locate them, right? Like, because because what would be the real benefit? And especially me, like I don't want kids either way. So, you know, if it can
I'm in the same position, I'm done too.
Right. So it's just like if it's nothing but there's no, you know, other action besides procreation. So that's a very tough question to ask. You know what I mean?
Well, there's companionship, but I mean, again, that's the difference between being men and women. Right. Women don't always need to have sex, whereas we do need companionship.
Well, no, women these days say they do not need men. Women, if you check most of a lot of these modern polls and these guys, I'll send you some if you need proof. There's a lot of different IG folks, we'll call them, they go out in these public places, these events and stuff, and they'll ask men, hey, do men need women? Overwhelming consensus is yes, men need women. They ask the women, do they need men? And it's always not just no, not really. It's hell no, fuck no, shit no, So the idea being pushed nowadays is, and this is what's happening, and then you have the other group of women who are not kind of that mentality, suffering from it because it's the loud one speaking. Men are deviating, going and doing other stuff. And,
well, okay, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't need a man. Would I enjoy the company of a man and the companionship of one? Absolutely.
Right.
But I've gotten to the point that I've gotten through a lot of the hard stuff on my own.
Right. But
so I need somebody in that caliber, and that's not an easy climb.
Right.
And that's when men think, oh, well, what do I have to bring something to the table? You should be showing me what you're bringing to the table. That's bullshit.
But again, it's only this. It's if you're expected to take care of everything, do everything, you want to see some type of return on investment, right? If you're going to be pouring all your resources into a thing, right? That's the general case. That's the general concept. But if you're both
their resources into raising kids and having a household and doing those things is not a value.
It depends.
Is that what I'm hearing?
It depends. It depends on how that happens, because there's some situations where there's some resources being poured into kids and that shit ain't being beneficial at all. Them kids can't read, them kids can't think, them kids can't do shit.
There'd be parents on both sides of that fence.
Right. So, like I say, it's just it's a case by case situation.
We definitely jumped to a different branch on this tree.
Right. But my thing is, like I say, it's a situation where I think there would be significantly more separation now than there would be. And I think it would actually be much worse for women. And I'm not trying to be like in a threatening way. I just think that, because then you're going to have a significantly larger number of men who, are barely getting action as it is, but then you're talking about action only to procreate. So you're going to have a larger number of angry, upset individuals.
Frustrated.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be more problematic.
Does that make it a higher gay population on both sides of the fence?
But no, you can't be gay because you can't procreate gay. So if it's
that's birth control.
But so that's what I'm saying. So it's no action going on. It's a bunch of pent up, frustrated people ready to fight, right? And we really know who the worst of it is. When men abstain, they actually get significantly better. They get stronger. They think clearer. They make more rational decisions. Their overall health is better. When women don't get action, they lose their shit, right? When women, that's where Karens come from. Karens come from pent up, angry, sexually frustrated women who ain't got no choice in life. So they got to take all their anger and frustration out on everybody else, right?
I love you labeling me. I think that's incredible.
I'm labeling you? Am I calling you a Karen?
I'm part of that.
But what I'm saying,
demographic.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm not saying you specifically, but the overwhelming number. And I've had my fair share of conversations with women. Will do. I don't know who was that. Alexis Taylor, and she had her mom on that panel, and she said that women will do crazy shit behind the dick. Right? That's what they'll do. And if you put it on, they'll hunt you down. They will slash your tie. They will do all kind of crap. I'm not saying men don't do shit behind, women, but for a person a woman, knowing she's the weaker individual, the smaller individual usually, she'll ignore all sense and logic and go against the grain and do the worst things if, you tap into that part of her brain, right?
Honestly, I think men are the weaker of the sex. As far as cheating goes, because they're quicker to jump out and have the side piece.
No, not true. Women cheat more nowadays than men do.
Nowadays, yes. I'm talking overall.
Women been cheating since the invention of the UPS delivery man, the mailman, the milkman, the goddamn traveling doctor.
Women. You know why we don't get caught is because we don't open our mouth.
No. I'm going to tell you why women give themselves too much credit when it comes to the cheat. Women are not better cheaters. Women are not better, and this goes into what we were just talking about. Women are not better cheaters. Prop, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. Women are not better cheaters, right? So if you're cheating with a man, the man don't want to fuck up what he got. He don't want to take over the role of husband because he knows if he gets caught, he's going to be expected to take over that, or that he's supposed to slide it. He don't want to do that because he got you on the side. If you're a married woman or whatever, he got you on the side. He got his own thing going on, right? He don't want to fuck that up, not just for you, but in your time, he's happy with it. So men are not going to go talk. Men ain't going to call up. What do they say when women say, "Oh, I ain't never had a woman come to me as another woman"? You know, I don't know that. Who was it? Was it Betty Wright? Who was it? But you know, men are not going up to other men. Hey, man, unless he's a hoe ass nigga, a real tender dick ass nigga, then he's not going up and saying, "Hey, man, I'm fucking with your bitch." You know what I'm saying? Unless this nigga been plotting on something, he just hate that nigga specifically, and he even went through you to get to this nigga, and that was his real intention. A dude is not going to fuck up easy coochie, right? Like, I don't have to really do anything. I can't really do anything because it's gonna fuck it all up. So I don't have to. And I get all the same husband treatment, really, and more. A woman, if she's single and she sees a married man and he's going home, he's gonna still be loving on his wife, doing all that other good stuff and all. She's eventually going to get jealous and want that spot. She wants that position. She wants the whole package.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Right. So she eventually is going to say enough is a fucking enough, and she's going to blow the whole thing up. And she's going to come. She's going to. No, she's not walking away. She's going to fight for. She's going to. If she's going down, everybody's going down, right? Like once she didn't had her feel. If she's not the deal, it's fucking it up for everybody, right? And so that's just how she's going nuclear. So women are more likely to try to confront the other woman or to take over the spot. That's why men are more likely to get caught. It's not, and then also, because women will spend their whole goddamn day studying and trying to track all the inconsistencies of a man instead of wondering, what can I do to actually make my man happy and want to be around me? So they'll be studying and hoping and looking for anything that deviates, tracking niggas down, following their directions, following their location, all that shit, in hopes of finding some cheating, right? Men aren't watching like that because they give the woman that they love the benefit of the doubt, and they assume that's the veil that y'all have. Because men are like,
wait a minute, yeah. I know I'm in the minority here because if I gotta go out hunt and find you, your ass is locked out and I'm done.
But what I'm saying is there are men who share their locations with women, and that man could probably go on lunch to a different location that he doesn't normally go to, and he's got a woman who's so paranoid and worried about, she'll pull up to wherever he's eating to see what he's got going on. She might not go inside. She may go inside to see if he's eating with another bitch. If doing
none of that insecure too.
But what I'm saying, this has been normalized by women. I share your location. Well, I'll be goddamn. What are you gonna do? What is the purpose of a man? I can understand a woman sharing her location with a man, but what benefit do I have of sharing my location with you? Because if I get into something, you can't save me. Hey, babe, I got a fucking flat tire. You gonna come over and jack? No, you're fucking not. You're not. You know what I'm saying?
I can send AAA.
But I'll just call AAA. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I call you? I'll just call, hey, babe, but I'll get home. I'm like, man, I had caught a flat along the way. I had to call AAA. And she probably was looking at the clock. I was wondering why you were sitting there so long. You know, probably, like, what are you going to do to benefit? But if a woman has an issue, hey, babe, I caught a flat so-and-so here. I'm scared or whatever. Okay, I'm on the way. I'm pulling up. I didn't even know your location, right? Like, it makes way more sense. Like, the woman's not going to come protect me. It's not going to come help me. Not going to come save me in any kind of way. So, like, what do you need my fucking location for, right? So this is what I'm saying. But there's people who do this, and instead of being more concerned about the well-being of their partner, they just want to make sure nobody else is getting a better version of their partner than them. But if you just become a better version of the person you are, you probably get a better version of your partner.
Yeah, but the less likely you are to be an open book with that person, the more the other one may become suspicious. And that is a reality as well. I was always an open book with my husband.
Right.
No, I didn't give him any reason for anything to go on. His jealousy was just him being stupid.
No, we know you had a couple of hidden map quests printed out in the drawer. Let's find out. Follow with my map quest. But yeah.
I didn't have time between raising kids and working and all kinds of other shit.
Right. You said that's how you know too. Man,
having a side piece would have been too much work.
Right. Well, I mean, and it is though. That's another thing people don't realize. It's you dealing with one woman is enough.
And that's why the primary wife gets pissed, because that still drags away from the central relationship. If a man's spending time with a side piece, he ain't at home doing what they need to do.
No,
Then again, she may want him gone just so she can get some peace from him.
no.
Who knows?
Man get a day off. The man gets a day off. The woman want to take his day off over, and we need to go here, go there, go to there. Nah, they don't ever want to be alone. But I hear you. I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
That works both ways. She's been in the house all week with the kids and wants to go out for a night out, and he wants to sit in his Barco lounger and have a beer and just chill out. I mean, she's been indoors, he's been outdoors, and they can't seem to meet in the middle.
Well, she should do whatever he says.
And then neither one feels appreciated, and then both cheat, and shit gets fucked up.
That's terrible. If any you say you got a friend who dated somebody like that, you said the nigga hated his life for those. That's what I'm saying. Like, if a broad is trying to do all that, like that, and that's the thing, men. Look, we're way off the topic. But men,
yeah, and
men
if
do.
you're gonna lowjack somebody's ass one way or the other, you don't need to be with them.
Right. But then against a lot of people who do, and that's how a lot of people move, which is pretty crazy. But okay, all right. Well, that's a bit, Miss Bell.
Hey, I want somebody else to call in because I don't want to be the only one tonight.
Right. Shout out to Miss Bell. But your bell has rung, and I appreciate you getting the party started. Ooh, yeah. All right. Well, thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts with us tonight, Miss Bell. You have a good evening.
Absolutely. Happy Friday.
Yes. All right,
Okay.
now, hopefully this time, we get the next one. Hopefully that it will actually pick up. I ain't gonna lie. We holding the damn thing. You see me switching it up. My hands started to get. Yeah, look. I need to start back working out, but shit, I'm gonna be back swole holding my arm like that long enough. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Of course you're gonna hate it, bro. It's a terrible. Like, come on, man. Like, you got a motherfucker really like watching you. But what a lot of people don't realize, them broads who put the tracking on you, it's so that they can cheat. So they can know where you are. Oh shit, then they're coming home early. It ain't they tracking you, right? Like, it's not about, it's not even about I care about. We're like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do to help me? Why do you need my fucking? It's purely because you don't trust. If you don't trust me, like Miss Bell said, like, why are we in a fucking relationship? Like again, I don't like the fucking government tracking. But what the fuck you gonna do? Right? They got guns and army and military jurisdictions and shit. What the fuck you gonna do? Right? Like, it's weird shit. Like, but again, man has kind of sacrificed his nuts to kind of be with the modern woman. But that's a choice that he makes, and it's on him. If that's what you're willing to do, then it's kind of weird. Like, again, that's why I say, like, the more and more I really look at it, like, I'm not mad at women at all. I'm mad at these new niggas. Well, we can get into that. That's a whole other conversation. Poop. Trying to make sure where all the polls are. Make sure they are. Did we do this one already? I think I did this one already. It's a quick 60-second poll. I put in there too quick. I should have put it in there for 3 minutes. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the thing about it is, getting back to body count. Let me bring it back to where we started, because it's easy to deviate. It's easy to get off on other subjects, right? Like, at this point, it can be. And what I hate, though, is that body count, it does and doesn't play a role, right? But I think the key and the cure to that is honesty, right? Like, you got to be honest about it, like, because you just have to, right? Hold on 1 second. Hold on, what you call it? Hold on. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Ah, damn it. One second. Oh man, hold on. There we go. Okay. Just for whatever reason, it's tripping. Okay. But like I said, it's a situation where honesty is what counts. Honesty is what matters. You know what I'm saying? Honesty is the ultimate situation that can absolve the body count, right? But what you also have to realize is maybe what you are thinking in your mind, and it can go both ways. Like you say, it could be a woman who doesn't want a dude who didn't, say bounce rocked and been all over the place. She may want new experience, which is never the case. That's never the fucking case. That never happens. That never happens. Because again, uh, I don't. I don't want to say men and women are promiscuous for different reasons, right? Like, 'cause I think if you have a promiscuous nature, then you have a promiscuous nature, right? Hold on one second. Let's see if it'll pick up. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let's see if it's picked up by the thing. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Eddie,
Hey,
you
boss.
on the dance?
What's going on, boss man?
Hey, you on the dance?
Yeah. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Just a second. Just a second. Bees go from flower to flower. Flowers don't go from bee to bee. And that's the thing, man. That's the issue. Hold on, I gotta watch. I gotta make sure Dita Cam ain't trying to steal my monies. Um. So all I'm saying is just that I have no issue with a woman in the way, if she has a high body count, right? Depending on your intentions with her, right? But at the same time, you have to understand the things that come with that. Now, if you're thinking about something serious, there are implications with it. Depending on you got to just be real with yourself. And that's why I say like the what matters is the truth. Speaking honestly, speaking factually, and telling your partner if this is somebody you're serious with, hey, this is what's going on, right? Because you don't want to mislead or it's just so many factors that it's not the body count itself. I don't think, and it might be. It really might be. I think different strokes for different folks, but it's the action that comes out of that, right? Again, and I think women would feel the same way. You out somewhere and somebody that you may not be a fan of, somebody that you may not be too fond of. You know what I'm saying? And you got somebody you fucking with them, right? And then that person, well, you're fucking with them. I used to fuck with them, or whatever it may be. So it can be a bad deal, right? Like I can understand why people get frustrated about it. So that's why I get the emphasis on it, but it's also two different games being played. And again, it's just something I think that at this point, getting upset about it is useless, but also lying about it is useless, right? Because let's be honest. Like, a lot of women, and understandably so, are not honest about it because they don't want to be judged a certain way. I get it on the flip side too, because let's be honest, niggas can be some hoe ass niggas, boy. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can be some hoes, but like niggas can be some hoes. And the thing about it is, if a nigga know a broad is a little active, you know what I'm saying? Especially if he's a weird nigga, he hears somebody from somebody else or something like that. He trying to slide in the door. He gonna say some more hating ass shit, or it's gonna be of a disturbing nature, right? Because now niggas think this, that, or the third, and so they're gonna try to, they're gonna try to get their little wee wee wet. That's just how it goes. It's understandable. It's understandable why people try to keep things quiet. And then again, why is it everybody's business, right? So I understand, somebody may be in your business that you don't even fuck with like that. So why is it your business? Why do you care? Why does it matter, right? Let me drop the rest of these little polls real quick, and then what we probably get ready to do, probably call it ready to wrap it up and then hop in the Discord. Yeah, about an hour and a half. I got a few little things I need to work. I need to fix a couple of these Discord games. We need to do some R&D. Maybe this weekend. We'll see. We did that one. It all depends. All right, let's do this one. Next poll real quick. We'll drop it for 5 minutes real quick. Drop your thoughts on that one. Would you rather date someone who had 1, many casual partners, 2, a few long-term partners, 3, it doesn't matter, 4, maybe you need a little bit more context, right? Like what if somebody was, like Miss Bell said, somebody had a raucous upbringing, you know what I mean? Somebody may have had a lot of fun initially when they first got into to figuring themselves out, right? And they just went on a roller coaster, on a on a real roller coaster ride of life, right? And then they said, hey, maybe I was doing too much. Maybe I was doing way too much. I need to chill out, right? Maybe I need to just sit my ass down. And say they sat down for a long time. It could have been decades, right? But they still have that early on number. Do you think that's different? Do you think it's different? You know what I'm saying? Do you think it's different when you have a person who maybe is more spread out, right? Maybe across the way they have an even balanced number of partners. They're just very active, right? Right? Or maybe early on they were good and then something happened and they got into some type of period of exploration, right? And then they found something they enjoyed. I think it's all about trade-offs, and it's kind of a thing about having your cake and eating it too. And it's not saying that because you see it, you see it, and I think that there's more going on than some of y'all want to know. But you got to also think about women fame and a lot of other little extra things that go with it. But like I understand why people feel like I should be able to do whatever I want and I can still get treated the way I want to. And a lot of times those people don't want a traditional type of marriage. So what they're seeing in their minds and in their heads and what they're envisioning is not the same thing that you're seeing, right? So that's why I say often it's about talking to people and really having to understand, because we could be using the same words. Me and you could be saying the same things, having a conversation, same thing, but in our mind, we have two completely different perspectives. Who finna get that draw? Those that can do and those that can't judge, right? You feel me? And that's the thing. Right? And I had to look at myself and just look at my life, right? And it just, I can't be a hater. I can't be mad. I love bras, right? Like the women are great, right? Again, they do some things, but that's what happens as a man. You just got to know who to invest your emotion in and not. It's really on you. You be knowing, and you just do a bad thing, right? But it's shit. Sometimes dealing with bras be better than chilling with the homies. Sometimes, but sometimes niggas be on some bullshit, right? But it's always gonna be fun. So I'm not mad at it, right? For a woman to be that type of fun. She gotta, she just gotta be in her nature. So, like I said, if I'm not the nigga that unlocked that, I gotta be thankful for whoever, wherever down the line, the nigga that did, right? I'm not tripping. Oh shit, Miss Bell already ready. She dropping quick draw. J Bell came in with the quick draw. Oh shit. It's going down. It's going down in the den, y'all. If y'all don't know, right now, I think Mel got him one yesterday. The mailman versus the bell ringer. They've been meeting down at high noon for the quick draw. And Bell was BTA Bell for a little bit, And the mailman delivered. Now, we got to see what's really shaking. It's getting close. Let's see. Hopefully it's fixed. If it ain't fixed, then we ain't got a problem. Y'all tied up now? What is it, 2-2? Something like that? All right, Ringo. Oh, man. So like I said, I can't fault nobody. Like I said, we live in a new day and age, and it's either you're playing in the game or you're not, right? Like because I'm a genuine believer in fairness and equality, right? Whether that benefits or it negates or however you want to look at it. But give me one moment. Let's see what we got. We got a call coming in. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we got calling in to the den this evening?
Yeah, hello?
Hola. Is this?
Yeah, the phone sounded like a robot.
Oh, it sounds real robotic. Oh, I know, man. Hold on. Let me fix it. We got to get this fixed. Hold on. I got to talk to my boy. I know this is. Hold on. I got to talk to my boy. Hold on. It's still chopped up real bad?
Yeah, I can hear you good now.
Okay. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
It's Lee. How you been doing, man?
I've been doing real good, Mr. Lee. How about yourself? And I ain't had a number on there because I went to the Be Right Back screen. I came to the wrong screen. J-Mail, play us fuck up. But Mr. Lee, how have you been, Mr. Lee?
Shoot. Could be better, could be worse. Had some ups and downs.
Well, man, first
a friend of mine.
I'm sorry?
A friend of mine who kind of would be like the subject of what this episode would be had reached out to me, asking me to help her and stuff. So I've been kind of dealing with that, writing letters for her and calling all over Hills, Half Acre.
Yeah. Okay.
But I wanted to call in about, basically, the females that you be looking at as, chicken heads or whatever, the whatever you call them, loose ladies of the night, cheaters.
Right. Man, first and foremost, I want to tell you.
Janky ratchets.
Excuse me. I want to tell you how good it is to talk to you, Lee. Lee, excuse me. Lee has been one of my favorite callers. I talk about Lee all the time in the Discord. Like, y'all just don't understand. Like, Lee opened a different perspective on some things for me. So it's good to hear from you. It's good to know, because like I said, we lost some den folk here recently, so it's good to know you all right. And like I say, it's super good to talk to you. But let's talk about it.
Yeah, I saw that Rashida passed away and stuff. R.I.P. to Rashida and your friend from New York and stuff,
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry to see that and stuff. My condolences.
Yeah, hey, life is what it is. We definitely gonna miss him. That's why we're just trying to bring it back. But like I say, he definitely was an old staple of the day. That's what I say. I'm glad to hear from my boy Lee, man. But what's your thoughts, man? We talking about body count, right? Like, does body count really matter? Does it matter the situation? What how does it apply? If you're talking to a broad or you're dealing with a chick, does body count ever come into play, or is it not relevant to you?
I look past it myself. I really do. And also, thanks for the compliment, because actually I think you put a bunch of good conversation out in the atmosphere and stuff in a different manner. And I also like the fact that you let different people bring perspectives so that it get a conversation started and everything. And I don't think people be appreciating that, because I always thought that you could use the platform for a different thing, like having a different talk show, kind of like where it's edgy, but still talk about adult conversation that people need to be hearing and whatnot, but still have fun with it, where it's entertaining.
Right.
But I try to look past a woman's body count, because I think it matters more if she loyal or ready to get out of a bad situation, because a person could be attached to you and be in a bad situation, and you be the only thing that, I don't know, be like a thing they give a care about, which could be real emotionally damaging to whoever the heck trying to hang around the person to force them to be around them or stuff, And another thing too is, for brothers, I don't think a lot of people understand, we get treated kind of the same way that hot chicks be getting treated. I realized that the older I got.
Yeah. So explain.
because like a lot of times people will be attracted to us, and there's different levels of disrespect that we be having to deal with. Like there's chicks that are like a friend of mine and like me, and they don't even see either one of us as a man. They just seeing a silhouette, and they watch the video. So if you look vaguely like whatever the hell they happen to be attracted to, or whoever, rapper, singer, whatever the hell, then you know what I'm saying? Like if they in a Chris Brown phase, you look like that, then they thinking you that. If you know what I'm saying? If you look like Snoop, and it's a Snoop phase, then they thinking it's that. You know, if it's a Wu-Tang phase and you look like one of the members of that, they're, oh, he look kind of like Ghostface, and that dude look like Ghost. So she don't even like you, she liking a silhouette. You know what I'm saying? So like it's almost like you replaceable. So you could be having an ego problem, like, oh, she's gonna cheat on you, this and that. Like she's not really with you anyway. So you got to be like, easy come, easy go.
Right. Yeah, it's a very valid point. It's a very valid point.
And they don't really be paying attention to what your perspective is. Just think about the type of woman that are just like you off of like, oh, he got a ball cap. He dressed up kind of like something that I'm seeing right there. You could have had that before that come out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you on a finger, you on a pulse on what's popular or cool. You could be fly with some stuff, and then other people copy off of what your style is. She catch on to it late in the game, and that's how you always present yourself, but it's like new to her. But she might not give a care about on your intelligence level or anything else or stuff, which is why I'm saying sometimes we could get treated the same way that some hot chicks would get treated and stuff. Like, cause I bumped into chicks, like I got along with chicks that was like stripper type chicks, and I started realizing it's because other people don't even look them in the eyes and have a conversation with them or pay attention to what they think about nothing.
You know what? You own something. You own something because. Yeah, we're going to have to dive into that. Like, because I like I say, it's something I say around here. It's like, hey, you know, yeah, we love the ladies. I like them hoes. I really like them hoes. You know what I'm saying? We can't stand them bitches. But
Me too.
But it's like with hoes, and they get a bad rap. Like, it's like some black folks get a bad rap from niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some good hoes out there. It's some niggas. I don't want to say it's some niggas that fumbled some hoes, but I know I've come across some women who have had a reputation, but they've been damn good to me, and I can't fault them. I don't even see that. Like, so, but again, like you said, it's because you come across differently to them. You treat them, you know, you ain't coming in just for the shebang. You know, you looking in the eye, you having a real conversation, you really seeing who they are as people, and it's a different outcome that you get. So it's very interesting that you said.
Heck yeah, it is. Yeah. Because, like, for real, there's been different chicks that everybody will look down on, and they be the only person that'll hold me down when everybody turn their damn back on me and stuff. The only person that was loyal, honest with me, would be somebody that people be like, that person is an urchin. They a piece of, like, you know what I mean? Call them all type of, you know, every damn thing but they damn name.
Right.
But that person, out of everybody, the only person that would be loyal for years and years and years, no matter what the hell be going on or whatever, and they went through holy hell. Like, this woman might have went through holy hell and be looking like the worst thing ever, from every place you could be, from a height to, like, fall into where she, like, was homeless in a homeless camp and stuff, trapped somewhere, like, they took my ID. Yeah. But that person be the only person that'd be nice. Yeah. But the thing is, they could be dumb as a bag of rocks and always be falling for stuff and always be getting lured places and everything. All that glitter ain't gold.
Yeah, it's some of them be a little, you know, to put it kindly, a little ditzy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But just because somebody ditzy, just because a woman ditzy, don't mean that people should be having ill intentions for them. Right, like, because that might be a blessing and stuff.
No, absolutely.
Like a dumb chick that's a trooper, you know what I mean? Like, people would be looking at that stuff like a disrespect, but you can't take Chrissy from Three's Company and put her in the Taken. Like, you know what I mean? Just because you on a nightmare episode and stuff, like, you know, like her episode might have been more cheery without you in it if you had ill intentions for it. So that's another thing where people be insensitive and be looking at stuff like, oh, I want to look at this and stuff. Like, yeah, on the surface, if you're just trying to scratch the surface.
Yeah.
You know?
You got a point. That's a huge point because it's people with bad intentions will be the ones that be the most adamant about putting themselves in your life. You know what I'm saying? It's the people because they see something good in you. You know what I'm saying? They see that and it's like, I don't know if it's about them wanting to corrupt that from you and take it from you because they ain't got it no more, or they just see, you know, that people like that are naturally more giving. You know what I'm saying? And they, you know, take advantage of that. But yeah, it's a peculiar situation though. Yeah, you know. Yeah, people like that.
Yeah, it is. But if you think about it, if everybody played musical chairs, like imagine if somebody see you with something and they won't take it from you. And they won't take it from you. They like, oh dang, that fool, he be pulling some cute chicks and they hating. What do they do with it? If you get it, what do you do with it? How you gonna treat that person? They might not care about, like, oh, you did this, you did that, just that. Like, you worried about all of what they did and stuff, but you're not making it no better. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might not fit in. Like, I think I made this illusion before where I, like, was saying, like, one chick might be like Peggy Bundy to me, but that don't mean that she gonna be Peggy Bundy to somebody else. Another person might treat her like they can't put up with her ways that she acts.
Right.
You know? And vice versa. Some females might not be able to deal with my Al Bundy. But I'd rather deal with an ugly chick than be dealing with a hot chick that's like a setup queen that got ill intentions where she trying to drop my location and tell people where I'm at and try to get my head knocked off and whatnot.
Right. The moment she gets
like,
upset.
There's a bunch of brothers fall into that. What'd you say?
I said, yeah, the very moment she get upset, it's a wrap. You know. Or, you know, like say she working for somebody, it's something over your head that she entertaining, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's
I can't deal with that.
No.
I don't like weird variables.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Man, exactly.
I do not like weird.
Man, that's
I don't like weird ass variables and people with too many emotions.
Man, look.
Like for real. Like I could deal with drama, but I can't deal with skullduggery.
Emotions will get you canceled. When people let them emotions override their thought process, that's a dangerous person. Like, they might have all the right intentions in the world. You're a very dangerous person because if you are a slave to your emotions, you're unpredictable. You know what I mean? You are. It is dangerous for everybody around you. Like you can't. I can't entertain that, right? Because it just.
Yeah, especially nowadays, because like everybody like so emotional now. And it's like people that's like in places where they shouldn't be, and they stupidity could be leaving like a swath of destruction behind them. Like they got a whole wake of destruction behind them, and they'll like tap and call and phone tree as many people as they can, telling people to blackball somebody and do all type of crazy stuff. Like there's Jewish people that'll be blackballing you in the entertainment. Then you find out, you like, hey, wait, why did all these people do this? Oh, Kanye told them to do it. Just like, we don't even know why. Somebody told us that you can't work and do scripting and this and that other. And you're like, what the hell? Like, you Jewish. Why the hell you can't? Like, you trying to kick me in the butt over somebody that don't even like your people? Like, that type of crap. Man. Or worse.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Man, look.
And also, too, like, as I said something that some people might find controversial because I said drama, like that I could deal with drama. And I mean like a female's basic emotional drama where they might be having their lip poked out and stomping their foot or folding their arms with their lip poked out mad and whatnot. Because a lot of times that type of crap, you can deal with that by going to get what she really wanted. Like if she wanted some pecan ice cream, go take her to the store, walk holding her hand, get her ice cream, she'd be cool. That's regular drama. Skullduggery is somebody that's sitting in your house with ill intentions that she don't give a care. She don't want you to be making it home. She's like, yeah, we gonna go to a restaurant. And she told everybody where the restaurant at, and you end up like PNB Rock or whatever his name was.
Bruh.
Or Julio.
Right. Running behind.
He over there doing a free show on his birthday. All of the chicks setting him up. Only one chick get arrested for it and stuff. They trying to keep all the rest of them and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
But
all-
like a regular, what you gonna say?
No, so you just in a situation, especially when you get a little something going about yourself, it's almost like you gotta abandon ship. It's like playing Minesweeper. You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know who really got good intentions for you. You really don't know who. And it's like because they're getting better. They're evolving, right? They're learning the game. They're learning what to do just enough right, and to get over, right? Because again, they watching, they studying, they're smart creatures. Everybody it's men and women, so it's not just one side, but it's like
Females got a cheat code though for being like a cutthroat, cause they cute. White, black, Mexican, Asian, whatever the heck it is, they got a cheat code if they like halfway attractive at all. Just like having a coochie, a lot of them would be thinking like they got all type of power and stuff, and they power of attraction is supposed to like corrupt your brain for where you supposed to like jump in like feet first with whatever they got going on, even if they about to crash out or they like just on some slow mess or whatever. Like they everything around them, people get knocked off all the time, but you're supposed to hang around with it like you stupid. If you don't want to get with it, that you got a problem or something. Like people will be spinning stuff like but it's like no, just because you got enough discernment to be like avoiding her type of problem, and they could be talking crap like, oh, but he friends with these hoes, these chicks have some chicken heads. Why he friends with these type of chicks? You gonna talk to a dirty porno chick, but you don't want to screw with me? Yeah, but the difference is like you a chick with a badge that won't help a trafficking victim, so that's why I don't want to sleep with you. Like for real, that's ominous crap for to be knowing about that. That's like a whole corridor. Imagine a chick like that talking about like you hanging around with a chick that's like, I need help. I shaved my hair off because they took my shoes and I can't get an ID. I can't get on the bus. Like, you ever heard of a place where a person could go where they can't even get on a bus for you to be able to put them on a bus for them to be okay?
That's wild. Wow.
Just think about that.
But I mean, shit, you can't get on the bus at all. Like, you got bus fare, can't get on the bus, or like they just not gonna let you. Like, what's?
You gotta have an ID. You gotta have an ID to be able to get a bus ticket and stuff to get out of Texas. A friend of mine got lured out to Texas.
Oh, you talking about like on a Greyhound? Yeah.
Yeah. Just a regular old bus. And the crazy thing is the prices went up through the roof.
Oh, I bet.
Like when I was trying to help my friend that needed some help, that people would look at like she was a hoe bag or whatever.
Right.
Like she was out stuck, stranded, calling for help, bald. She didn't even look like herself. She was skinny. All of that stuff will people be talking about like, oh, it's a red flag. You know how people be talking about, oh, she got a septum piercing. She did this. She got some tattoos. She did this. Don't none of that crap matter. Right. If the chick like whoever she like, she'll get right.
Right.
Like you see people bend over backwards and do the right thing and stuff, but it's like where it don't make sense. Like, because you know how people be like, you got to have this, you got to have that to be with this type of chick, this fine woman, this, that. But how come a chick that'll be like a stripper or one of them chicks where they be making money hand over fist, they'll be dating some weird-ass dude that's bummy that don't got nothing, and people can't tally the things up. So, like, it don't even matter about what a person have or how they present. You know, some stuff is random.
Right. Man.
But you ever see people that's crackhead, meth head dudes talking to a real fine chick, and he a cheater and got another baby mama and all this other chick? All this other chicks is mad about him and chasing him around, and some goody two-shoes chick started trying to get with him. A goody two-shoes chick, like a nurse. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is she doing over there and stuff? Like, what about that? What about when the man body count like he a Lothario? And what about lesbian Lotharios? What about them?
Man, hey. That's an interesting question. That might be the question. How do you count the lesbian body count? Like, is it if once you didn't scissored, does that count as a body? Like, how does that work? Is that just free frisking with nobody? Like, is it as a no go? Is it you know what I'm saying? Like, how does that work? How does the lesbian body count acclimate? Like, because I feel like one side is, one side might not be.
It'd be a bunch of broken hearts. It'd be a whole bunch of broken hearts. Because think about a lesbian Lothario, a lesbian gigolo chick.
Yeah.
She could be a little cute ass chick that got mad because some people did something. She had Uncle Bad touch around her doing something awful, and now she trying to get around some chicks, but she's still cute, so she could pull other chicks, even if she trying to present like a tomboy. So she just bumping them, dumping them, bumping them, dumping them, or doing some weird shit like where she like the gateway drug to drama, like where she the reason why somebody get lured somewhere, and she's one that like, yeah, come over to the frat party, everybody bang this knucklehead chick, and she get paid off a little bit. In her way of solving it, like, oh, just eat my bush and go be a burlesque dancer and stuff. Like, she put you off into whatever stratosphere. Like, you know, that'd be a bunch of chicks' origin stories. I've heard these origin stories. So it's like, and plus, you can't even be talking at you on the rag and stuff, like some stuff that I deal with you being on the rag. She'll beat the brakes off of you. As another woman to woman, she'll beat your ass.
Man, look, then you ain't lying though. You ain't lying. I just posted some shit in the Discord. And they was like on a subway, and it was the Studley and the not so Studley. And the Studley was usually the Studleys don't really they look managed, but they don't really be having no hands. This Studley was man, this one was handsy. You know, this motherfucker throwing her all off the train, threw her back on the train 2 or 3 times to whoop her ass. Like, and I don't know who was cheating on who or what was going on, but yeah, it was some very active interaction going on between them. So
it's probably the little Ellen Page lookalike. She's probably the one cheating and stuff, but but how they gonna have sympathy over it? Are you spilling your heart to it? She looking at it like you're not supposed to care.
right.
You know?
Right.
But that's like, if you think about it, everything nowadays is like all headed into a weird direction, because everything that everybody doing is some stuff where it's like, you know, going boldly where no man has gone before, and you got no morals around it. Like, you know how people take stuff away, but what you replace it with. Like, if you don't have morals and you be like, well, I just believe in myself, I'm God. You could be an unjust God. You could be a very unruly, emotional, erratic guy and stuff unto yourself. You might not have what it takes, you know, like everybody can't be the chief or the shaman. Like some people, you just supposed to be the little Indian, like your ass not supposed to be in any place of any authority. You might not fit there. Like you might end up being like a Bill Gates or somebody. Like, you notice he like epic crash out. That dude, he on infinite mode crash out. Like he like set up. I heard like a May 23rd or something about like that, 2026. They said he went to out in India, and he was saying that he wanted to spread STDs, mess with people's bank accounts, and what else he said he was gonna do? Do something messing with the weather again. And you know, like y'all was having all types of issues with cold weather out in Texas where it don't make sense and whatnot. And they haven't really wrapped their mind around doing anything with them because everybody trying to be greedy nowadays.
Right. That's the wild part. Everybody's fucking greedy. And why, you know.
But think about it. He got exposed.
Right.
Please continue.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. He just It's just like like you said, everybody's greedy. And that's kind of where I'm at. And people kind of got to look around. I think people kind of lost the script or whatever you want to call it. Like, it ain't no more this side, that side. It's the dudes with the money and they've been pulling the strings, but they just to the forefront with it now. And the people are really not doing nothing about it. We don't care. You know, we talk a lot about it, like as a whole, as a whatever, but nobody's really going to do anything, right? Like nobody's really switching up how they moving. You know what I'm saying? And that's the wild part about it. It's basically it's probably already too late, but you know, oh shit.
There's issues with a lot of the stuff, like the logistics, how stuff look. Like it looked bad. Everything looked bad. Like we in a conundrum because it looked bad. And like you think about it, it's like they put different people on pedestals for different stuff, and then you come to find out, like, put two and two together. All of the Pakistani and India scammers, where they from? They from India. They've been robbing people grandmas. They've been taking people houses. He flies out there telling them to mess with bank account. Put two and two together. Who do you think was training them? Some of them was Microsoft computer repair people where it didn't make no sense. Like, you understand? It's like a bigger crime. Like, so if you got a bigger crime going on and people, like, not wanting to acknowledge who Sherlock Holmes is, imagine if Sherlock Holmes' skin tone not what you want it to be, so people don't want to listen to the person that's, like, putting the dots together. And the dots look too abstract, but it's not abstract. It's abstract on purpose. It's like people being like, we don't want to solve the Tupac murder. You know what I'm saying? But they got somebody going to jail and he's sitting, supposed to go to trial, but Puffy not supposed to be involved with it. But the dude's like, they paid me for a contract here. I'm Keefy D. I did a book. I'm mad because everybody else got paid. You know? So it's like, I need to get my time in the sun and stuff. And then he get the rug pulled from up under him. And it's like, well, dang, we're going to have him in jail. We got to throw Puffy in jail for a little bit. And it's like they find out all this other stuff. The people were saying, like interviews with all of the people from the band. They like, well, he threatened that he was going to have people move all around my house and have people pop at me day and night. They don't have this dude come and do an interview. You doing a RICO, but you don't have nobody his victims that survived. You're not gonna have anybody come in, like that type of stuff where they throw stuff out the window, like where it's like stuff that makes sense, not making sense because they don't want it to make sense because they've letting it go for so long. There's everybody that was involved with a bunch of the drama doing interviews nowadays.
And that's the crazy thing to me is just how everybody, I mean, everybody gets getting their little piece of the pie. I guess while it's hot, you got to, you know what I'm saying? It might be the last time you have shine because it ain't going to be under Puffy umbrella. Oh, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised that nigga get out and be right back where he was and don't nothing change because people don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? When it ultimately goes. But shout out to D the Gamma. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Girl 6. The lovely Girl 6. I appreciate the love and the support of
Low
the
key.
channel. Shout out to you.
Low key, this stuff still connects with body count.
Right.
All of these conversations where we going where it's spin off into there where it's like more pertinent to the globe is still count on body count because this the thing. Epstein had something to do with Bill Gates getting the STD. He trying to punish the whole globe and give everybody communicable diseases is what he said. That communicable diseases is an STD.
Right.
How would he transfer that to the populace if he's threatening to do it?
You put in that vaccine.
And also,
vaccine.
too, he could, but you said vaccine, right?
Right.
He could possibly do that. But here's the thing. What would be the next thing for him to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, he going to have his buddy. You know, have his buddy help him?
Right.
They going to let him do it? You know, like, if somebody doing certain stuff and they not Christian, a lot of times they have to announce when they about to act a monkey. So if he is already announcing that he going to act a monkey, what's the pushback to that? Like I heard Belgium or someplace wanted him to face some terms for what he doing. Everybody else gonna let him get away with it?
Oh yeah. He about to know too much. He know too much. He got too much. Like that's the thing. Like, you know, that's a whole nother conversation. I don't even want to dive into it. But yeah, it's nothing's gonna happen. That's the thing. When you know, it makes me think of to kind of deviate a little bit. You know, I remember back in the day, like the old '80s, '90s cartoons, and you used to think it was just like this crazy cartoon theme that there's some little angry man wanting to pollute the whole world, or you
Yeah,
know,
Marvin the
control.
Martian.
Yeah, just some just crazy different stuff though. Like, you know, it'll always be a bad guy. Whoever was fucking with Toxic Avenger and Captain Planet and all them motherfuckers. Like, why do they want to pollute the world? Why do they want to do this? It's such a stupid premise. And then you grow up and it turns out this is like real. These motherfuckers fucking up the water
Yeah,
supplies. They fucking up the food. They fucking all that. And it's happening. Like, we're in it. They showed it to us on the fucking cartoons. You know, while we rooted for the bad
yeah,
guys or whatever happened to them, they just start doing it in real life. Like, that is craziness, man. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Like remember back in the day when I used to call in. Remember I used to use one thing for a metaphor. I used to say that a lot of the crap that's going on is season one to G.I. Joe, the mass device. I'm like, they messing with the weather. They doing it, like, you know, there's a word for it called stratospheric aerosol injection. A lot of people was using the wrong terminology. People was calling it, what did they used to call it? They used to call it, when the planes would fly by, they call it the wrong term.
You're talking about when
I forget what the term for it was and stuff, but they had a term for everybody to use, where they were like chemtrails and stuff, and they'd be like, no, that's a contrail coming from the back of the plane. No, it's called stratospheric aerosol injections. In certain places, people called and told them to stop doing it, but with you not knowing the right terminology, you can't even get it acknowledged if you call in. And people don't realize you could just make a phone call and tell them to stop doing it. You can write a letter. People are post on their damn walls. Like, that's another thing and stuff, too. People are post on their walls. And females used to write letters back in the day. Like, they don't write letters anymore. You can email. That's a letter, too. If 2 or 3 people will write a letter about certain stuff, some of them people will have to fall back. Right. Women don't catch our slack the way they used to. If a po chick that live in a trailer could be like, my baby burned down my trailer, and get Mike Judge to stop having Beavis say, fire, fire, fire. How the hell you telling me these chicks, you know, think of that happened.
Yeah. No.
That happened. Speaking of cartoons.
Right.
And Mike Judge, not even the worst animator out there when it comes to, like, being alert, like paying attention. Like, I can't even say woke because that term got twisted and bastardized and stuff from what it means.
Man.
Because that's basically like you got blue pilled, red pilled, black pilled.
Have you seen a cartoon on
Either
HBO?
you Joey Pants.
It's a cartoon on HBO.
Which
called,
cartoon?
What is it? God damn, it's about the fucking mushroom. That's not prescription. What is it called? Hold on. Because it actually, maybe I watched it, and it made me think about some things you were saying, how intertwined it got. And if you haven't seen it, you will definitely enjoy it. What is it? No Side Effects? Something like that. I think No Side Effects. Common Side Effects. It's like an Adult Swim kind of. It might be on Adult Swim, but I know I watched it on HBO Max. It's a little dude. He finds a mushroom, and Big Pharma wants the mushroom. And I'll just leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's actually a really good story. You know what I'm saying? And just the whole thing, the way the whole thing's intertwined, like it's very telling. You know what I'm saying? It gets real deep.
Well, I'm gonna have to look into it.
Yeah, no, I think you would enjoy it. Definitely would enjoy it.
You know what's messed up though?
What's happening?
If I really do think if some of the females post this stuff, like, and it don't matter if you like a upstanding female or a female that feel bad about your past or whatever, if y'all fucking wrote more letters and stuff, like, come on, because, like, y'all got to get back into y'all I Love Lucy stage and whatnot. You know, like y'all got to be writing letters every now and then and stuff to be catching the slack. Right. And y'all can't just be like all mad and the only person you write a letter to is some chick you think is cheating with your man or whatever the heck, you know what I mean? Right. Like, because they be posting on the wall and doing all types of crap. What if I told you I got chewed out because of a chick assuming that I was talking to some chick? And that's why I used that term, was a chick was like, porno, dirty porno girls and stuff. Like, she was assuming that I was only talking to dirty porno girls. Girls don't even have to do porn anymore. They could sit up and make a video in their bedroom and post it on the internet and embarrass themselves for life, and they don't have to sleep with anybody. Right. They could be damn near like a virgin and not have had sex with anybody and just be sitting up there making a whole shenanigan situation just posting on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Just posting crap alone. And a person could be like, well, they did all of this stuff. She's damaged goods. It's like, yeah, but she crazy. She posted, people mess with her. Yeah. And I noticed something with one girl like that. She posts about when she get molested and everything. All of a sudden, her fandom attacks her. And she be getting banished off of Facebook platform and other platforms and everything else and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. She posts about her abuse. She's persona non grata. If she trying to post her butthole to people and they get to see it, they not appreciating that the reason why they getting to see it is because of her trauma.
Is that Heidi? We're talking about Heidi.
I don't know. I do not know. I know she was fine. Is she still a part of your show's milieu?
She'll be around. She ain't been around a little bit. But a little while back. It's been a little while back, maybe a couple of months since she's been in here. But I still keep.
No, but for real,
I keep in contact. But she just ain't been on the show.
Shoot, you would not believe it, man. I got hit on by a sister that was supposed to be an investigator that was supposed to be looking into human trafficking. And I think she got mad and tried to make it colorism and stuff. And she don't know. I dated a female that's like black as some dang on boot leather and stuff. That's a singer. So it ain't got nothing to do. Like, how a light-skinned chick gonna be trying to roast me talking about some colorism? Like, he's not wanting to get with me because of my skin tone. No, it's because you evil, sister. You evil. If you won't help nobody, if you won't help somebody that's kidnapped, what would you do to my kid? If I get you knocked up, what would you do to my baby? Like, that's all it is. Like, you know, you're an evil woman. Like you creep me out.
You got to be able to see that stuff early. And it'd be the little thing. It'd be the little subtle things, you know. And sometimes these women, like I say, are very pretty. They can be very cute. And a lot of times men overlook little things like it's just a joke or it's just a this and until it gets kind of nurtured and it becomes a real bad thing. It's almost kind of like this thing I saw earlier, this chick. You know, and I believe everybody should be happy with whoever they want to be with. But she was a black young lady. And on her first date... she went jogging with a gentleman down a kind of sketchy place. You know what I'm saying? And then they got to this little eerie kind of little spot, and he's like, oh, yeah, this is where I was going to kill you at. You know what I'm saying? Kind of laughs about it. And then he's like, oh, you're recording that? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, oh, okay, haha, and kind of keeps on going. And she's still with him. You know, she's still defending. They were just jokes and all of that. But... I don't know.
That'd be hair raising.
Yeah, like I'm just wondering, like, to anybody else, like, am I tripping or that would be like if this is my first time meeting, it's a skill, like just that kind of joke for you to not even know. It's a lot of weird shit would be, you know, even as if it was whatever the situation may have been. Like it'd be a lot of things that would make you question, like, what the fuck?
When the chick drop a hint like that, to me, like I look at it like, you know, like that's a variable. I don't have time for that. Right. I don't have time for that. Like, you won't know something messed up. Like, I might not seem like it, but I know a whole bunch of hippie stuff. Like, what if I told you, if you got certain stuff poison in you, I know how to detox it.
Right.
Do I sound like the type of brother that knows some stuff about that? I'm not Dr. Sebi. Why do I know stuff about cures? Well, know why? Because my ego found me dating different chicks where I was feeling myself like a dumbass, and then all of a sudden she's poisoned something in my house and my juice is messed up, and now I'm sick and I'm having to figure out how to get it out of my system. So, like, I found out different things. Like, this might help you. Look up moringa. Right. Get yourself some moringa. Right. It's a powder. But that right there can cure certain stuff that they try to spread around to poison people. Because some of the stuff that they try to use to poison people that could affect your lungs could be like a fungus or something that would be multiplying and stuff in your body. Some stuff could be like a yeast. And you'd be thinking like, there's nothing that could stop it. And it's like, yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. Like they have a commercial, and the commercial would be talking about another communicable disease, which is some stuff that be involved with chicks with body count. Like they might get an STD, right? What if some of the STDs people could stop with red mammoth clover? That could get rid of HPV. If a woman stopped drinking for a year and get herself some red mammoth clover, dry it and make a tea, and she drinks it for a year, it might heal her insides and stop her from getting cervical cancer. Like, these are things that I've learned from a musty hippie chick. That's a real musty hippie chick, not them fake ones where all they know about is some pot and they know something about some shrooms or whatnot.
Yeah. You smell her when she coming. Yeah.
Yep. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
No,
I tried to tell a comedian chick. She was making fun of the hippie chicks. One of them little funky hippie chicks told me some stuff to heal some other females and stuff, like, so they'll come through in the clutch.
Right. No, I want to respect everybody, because people are going to have, and that's actually what's really cool. Like, when you find those people, I wouldn't say off the beaten path, but they don't follow the norm. You know, how some people might have kind of been pseudo hippies back then, but then as time progressed, they grew up and did whatever. But people who like stayed true to their little niche, you know what I'm saying? Like, who just, that's who they were. You know, that they didn't let society, they didn't let the system, they didn't let the world just make them adjust. You know, you kind of got to respect it. For people who, like my bird man, you got to respect it. But like for those who are able to survive being who they are, you know, and be able to pass on that kind of knowledge. So, you know, I never doubt anybody for what they possess, what type of information.
You know, they got commercials though about the HPV, and it's like they'll tell you, you need to take a vaccine. And this vaccine to cure you from the HPV. No, go get some red mammoth clover. All y'all knucklehead females that's loose to be running around and stuff, if you catch yourself burning with that whatnot, and you think you about to get go listen to what I'm saying. You might think like, he a clown shoe, he don't know nothing and everything. But trust me, like, you know, I'm a handsome brother. I pick up like attractive females. Some of them chicks be running around. One of the chicks I knew, she got a high five, which is basically what Bill Gates talking about. He about to give everybody. He's talking about he about to give everybody a high five in a minute. Yeah. He's going to probably transfer it to people, you know, as some little payload in some other form of a vaccine after he unleashes whatever else ever he doing, because they letting him run around doing what he doing. But low key, they got reasons why they want to get rid of people, because everybody keeps failing. Everybody keeps failing the emotional test. Everybody keeps failing the dang on moral test. You know? People don't care about each other. That should be scaring people. Like the people that'll be like Caligula or be like y'all leaders, they be scared of y'all when you sitting up there wanting to murk your brother. When you sitting up wanting to backdoor queen everybody and stuff, and they got to cover up for you. When you like, have you ever heard about this girl from Rock Island, Illinois, Sushi, that killed a boy named Zion?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, she was in the news a couple years ago, but she killed her little baby boy. She killed her son, and she kept him in the basement. And obviously she was some type of an informant, because the police knew about it. And instead of listening to her friend who dropped a dime on her, telling them that this little black boy was dead. The police called her and told her the Christian name of her friend that was telling on her, and her friend was telling them valid information. You know, them coward ass dirty cops didn't come and arrest her, and there's body cam footage of it on YouTube where they went to her house. And when they went to her house, they were sitting up goofing around with her, and they caught her because she was making money. She was getting benefits off of the baby.
Right.
And she was taking the money, and she trained all of her daughters to act like they didn't have a brother. All of his big sisters, little sisters, whatever in between, all 4 or 5 of them girls was trained that their brother did not exist. That's foreign. That's like a thing that's like, that's evil. That's foreign to womanhood. Yeah. Where's the motherhood? Where's the sisterly instinct? Where's any of that? That's a failure of the moral test, right?
You a cold-blooded man.
What are we supposed to do with that? You know, for real. What are we supposed to do with them type of females?
Somebody gonna do it though, and that's the crazy part about it. Like, because no matter what, it doesn't matter what a woman has done. It's a dude who's gonna do it somewhere.
That's worse than a chick being a hoe, though. Do you see what I'm saying? I'd rather deal with a chick that's a hoe that had a high body count than deal with a woman that she killed my boy. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
The girl that might be looked at as a hoe bag might have more motherly instinct when the chips is down than a female that look down on her that be like Sushi. How your name Sushi, though? Come on. How your son named Zion and your name Sushi? She killed Zion. Don't Zion mean life?
Is that what it is?
Or is that Zoe?
Man.
You got to forgive me.
No, you good.
But I'm just saying, like, how you kill you understand? A lot of them chicks be sitting up there like, how you don't get with me? Why you don't get, like, if you got that type of intention and stuff, like, I got to be worried about that. Because, like, if I get the chick knocked up and she have my baby, if you got ill intentions like that, if I'm out of the picture because you get talked into some chick telling, oh, you know what you need to do? You need to not let him see his kid. If you see me with another female, what if you turn my baby into, like, you ever heard that term where they be saying, like, a ghetto lobster?
A ghetto lobster? I don't think I heard ghetto lobster.
That's when a female gets salty at the baby daddy, and she take your baby and put it in the microwave oven or in a big greens pot, like a gumbo pot. She don't want you to get visitations, but she'll do something to brutalize your child, like for real. Like, so a whole bag might be better than one of those type of females and stuff. You understand? Like a reformed chick that used to be doing some knucklehead stuff, she might be more well-suited to be a mom than a female that you be looking at like she's nice that don't, have any morals. And the person might be like, well, that other girl, she doesn't have morals. What you saying?
I said, I don't know what I was expecting when you said ghetto lobster, but that was not it. I just, but you're absolutely right, though. You're absolutely right. And I know, honestly, like you say, if it comes down to it, I know women who did transition from, now I'm not going to tell everybody to go roll the dice and try to make a hoe into a housewife. I'm not saying it. Honcho didn't tell y'all that. But what I am telling you is that I do know women who did maybe have a bit of a reputation, and once they had to transition into motherhood and becoming that, they seem to accept that role graciously. I'm not saying that they stopped doing whatever that they were doing, but they did a good job, as you can tell, at being mother. When you see them, they didn't, some of them will prioritize the children first. But a lot of women will, hey, well, just because I got a kid don't mean I got to stop being me and be out there in the streets doing, who know what. So you're absolutely right.
That's another damn messed up corridor, though, too. That's a whole nother thing and stuff. But you know what's weird? If you got a mom that's like that, that's like a party girl and don't give a kid, and she gonna do her no matter what and everything, that might make the kids either be like that too, or either you get a stick in the mud like me. Because some people say I'm a stick in the mud, but I don't think I'm a stick in the mud. I just think I'm aware, like I'm vigilant. Like I'm alert.
Right. Yeah, because it's a crazy world we live in. You gotta be. Like, because it don't take very much for it to be what could be a good night into a very bad night or a permanently bad night.
End up being a damn statistic.
Right.
Like one of the missing, a POW out this bitch.
Right. Yeah. You're gonna be in a bad spot, man. That's what I'm saying. Like. And for what ultimately? So I think that's just one of them situations where you got to make your own decision, where you got to determine,
shoot for the nookie, for the nookie, trying to get the cookie.
And the nookie stock then went down. Look at this point. I don't even know. I don't even have nothing for it. But yeah, it's a wild world. But you're right though about that. There are women who. They may have a hoish nature. Just because you are promiscuous doesn't mean that you don't have those other features and qualities. I 100% agree with you.
Shoot, they got an origin story. Some of them got an origin story. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're willing to listen to it and accept it, but that stuff be rough. Like, for real. Like, I've heard some nightmare stories. And then there's other people that I made friends with where I could tell I don't even go there. People would be, like, wondering. Like, when my one friend called up reaching out for me, people didn't even realize, like, that's a person that agreed to do something with me for ASCAP, for, like, music and stuff, right? Like, she's supposed to do something for a LLC because I got a high output of writing. Right. And it seemed like as soon as she agreed to work with me, it seemed like somebody was spying and shit on us because she got lured out as soon as she agreed to work with me and stuff, right? And people was, like, talking crap when I was like trying to get her help. One person that tried to kill her. This a female and stuff, right? Yeah. Why this female detective was like, how come you don't know her family? Why don't her family look for it, this and that and stuff? And the thing is, like, something tell me she had creepy Uncle Bad Touch or somebody messing with her. So I didn't talk to her about that. Because if she trying to act like she hatched out an egg, she might not want to talk that part of her origin story. If me and her have a good rapport and we friends, like, how you can tell when there's certain stuff that people don't want to delve into, if you they friend and you care about them, some stuff you avoid to protect their feelings because you care about their feelings.
Right. Absolutely.
But imagine I'm reaching out to help. And this is another thing that people need to look at, right? Most black people, we scared of the police. We scared of people in law enforcement because, they be trying to hurt us, regardless of whatever you be thinking, So if it takes a point to where I'm like sitting up there like I got to reach out to try to get some help from my friend, and then I find out every one of the things that'll be dangerous to a person is true, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think all of that shit add up to why a lot of them elites be sitting up there scared. Imagine you held hostage by some chicks where they sociopaths and they answer the phone and hang up on people. Now, this is around in y'all area. Did you hear about that sister that got arrested that hung up on, like, 1,000 people that needed help in, like, Houston area?
Yeah, man. I seen that one. I just seen another crazy one the other day where the chick is telling this man standing in my damn doorway, the lady, like, the laws passed by, they didn't see nothing, they didn't see anybody, so they're not going to come back by again. And, yeah. But, yeah, I know what you're talking about. And they arrested her eventually. But, yeah, she was just hanging up on folks. Like, how do you, man, like, you know the weight of the job that you do what are you going through in your day to day? Like, there's nothing you're going through personally in your day to day life that should outweigh how you feel in the responsibility of this job if you accepted this role. You know what I mean? Like, this is people's lives, life and death. You know what I mean? And you just, not today, buddy. You know, like how many people, how many people really, really, didn't make it because of that? You know, how many people got delayed services? How many people, just didn't get any service at all?
Kidnapped,
Right.
disappeared, looking for their baby, can't get no help, getting hung up on.
Right.
Like, and it's the thing, when these are some sisters, this make all of us look bad.
Yes.
And the thing is, we already got a bad mark on us already as it is without this extra crap, because out of context, they might be calling on us and it'll end up being like Rosewood Part 2, right?
Right.
And there's some sisters that some eugenicists that don't give a care about anybody else. They own some like, I'm the talented temp. I want to be in the boule. I think I'm better than y'all. I think y'all supposed to die. She get in trouble doing some crap like that, and she kind of cute, and then everybody's sitting up there like, you can't hurt her. You can't do this. We supposed to be defending some chicks like that? If it comes, because this is the thing. Just because people don't know about it and you getting away with it, because your buddies is sitting up there paying you off and you thinking you going to do stuff. Because, like, I got word when I contacted trying to get help for one person and trying to get help for another person, a little 13-year-old girl got grabbed up. And when that 13-year-old little Hispanic girl got grabbed up, I'm talking to the same type of people. And I ended up cussing one dude out, one dude named King. And it even went to text. And I remember texting him, and I was like, you the type of person that'd be lying if a mama or a daddy called up and they baby was missing, you wouldn't issue an Amber Alert. Why the next day on the news, I'm seeing about a little girl that got kidnapped, and the little girl, she got grabbed out in Texas and stuff, and the little girl parents was trying to call to get help for this little Hispanic girl.
Right.
She trying to get help. They won't issue an Amber Alert for her. She getting pimped out for like a freaking week. I'm having to call all of the same people that mama called, and I predicted that the day before. And the thing is and stuff, a lot of people will be like, well, why he so mean about this and why he so I got a right to be mean about that, because like anything I talk about, I got receipts.
Right.
What if I told you that's why you ain't heard from me in a while? Because I've been dealing with stuff like that.
Right.
Like stuff that like emotionally it'd be like disturbing. And I still bring comedy.
Right.
I still try to bring levity to the situation, because if you didn't laugh, you cry. But the thing is, at a certain point, it hit the wall where it's too much. With like, some of this nonsense got to be cut out, because I don't want to be Ving Rhames in some situation where they trying to come and lash out and they turn it into a thing where we 13% of the population. Right. A lot of them chicks that be getting into fights and doing weird crap. A lot of them chicks that get busted working for government that'll be on Kip Simpson. Have you ever seen Kip Simpson's YouTube channel?
No, I haven't seen it. I'm not familiar with it.
Kip Simpson is this white dude that had a YouTube channel and stuff. And like around like 2015, 2016, 17, he always was posting about Democrats doing crimes. And at a certain point in time, it started looking like he was just player hating on black women. But if you look at it, they kept getting busted, stealing money in small towns all over the country, acting a fool. And at a certain point in time, you had to divorce yourself from being like, they being racist. Like, no, you got to sit and be a little more objective, and you got to look at it and look at the bigger picture. That look bad on us. These are people that think that they better than everybody else. Right. Like she thinks she got the ultimate job. When she got the ultimate job, she trying to show her whole ass off. She's not even a person thinking about what she's doing. She's got the mentality of one of them chicks that be on a body cam video, but she got a job that she shouldn't be in. Do you think that might be because some black men have been hampered in life? and didn't get to go far in education, where the musical chairs needed to be switched around, where there was different people, where they ended up like poor little Zion, or that boy that was floating. What's his name? Noel?
Yeah, Nolan.
Or that other brother?
Yeah.
You know, 2 brothers drowned.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I might have heard about that. I heard about the guy at the EDM festival, and then I heard about Nolan. I don't think I heard about the other.
But part of that was Nookie, right? Trying to get that body count. No iced tea. Trying to chase the Nookie.
Right.
Floating fucking face up and stuff, trying to up in the pool party and stuff. Like, people mad. Like, they showing a picture. One dude looked like he could beat the brakes off of that brother and stuff and everything in the pool. Right. Like, they said, he's chasing the chicks. Like, you know, that pool might not be all that good. Right. You got the wrong hair. Like, he saw the video. He won't have his hair look like NBA YoungBoy. Too many chicks like that. You know? A dude that's over there looking like a fake-ass wannabe Sylvester Stallone might not be feeling all of that. Like, you getting all the poontang at the pool party and shit, you little fake-ass welfare version of the NBA YoungBoy. I'll fix you. You be belly up. We got to deal with all of that type of stuff, passive aggression and stuff. And then on top of all of that, we got different systems getting in place, ending up on Kip Simpson, and don't nobody even know who the hell Kip Simpson is and shit.
This sounds like something.
Like, I got an uncle.
I just never knew about it.
Yeah, I got an uncle that was sending me some videos and stuff. You know, this dude never played football or any damn thing with me and stuff, you know?
Right.
Never did a damn thing. He's sitting up there not realizing this stuff. Like, you know, I don't know anything about your exploits. Anything cool that you did in life, I never heard about it. And you don't know anything about the awesome shit that I did. And I've done incredible shit to where some people might look at me like a modern version of Frederick Douglass and shit.
Right.
Dare I say it? Like, I might write 300 pages on some stuff. Like, I might be able to give you different stuff writes up on any one of them news articles. I might have a thing writ up on sushi that kills Zion and stuff, where you might be like, damn, and you've been had the dots connected to where it's like, this would be a problem, this and that, the other. My voice might have needed to be heard. My YouTube got took away. Nobody defended me. You know who defended me? A woman that somebody might look at like she's cheating on her husband, but her husband caused her baby to have an injury, poisoned her. What if I knew 5 different females? All of them had the same thing. They got pregnant, and all of them were having like blood clots and poisoning. This woman, she stuck up, posted something to get my Facebook back when they was trying to silence my voice. Like, so that's another thing and stuff too. Is stuff like, you know, the women that you might be thinking is loose, they hold you down. You know what I'm saying? When everybody else don't want to do nothing, all the people that you act like got more morals and all this other stuff, why they ain't the ones writing the letters? Why they ain't the one posting something? She posted one damn thing and got my dang on Facebook back when they tried to have it, where they was like, we want you to give us your ID. I'm like arguing with them, like, you making it dangerous for some victims. Like, I'm the only person that comforts some people. You making it so I can't communicate. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of them little chicken heads that y'all just trying to wank off to, some of them like trying to kick the bucket. Some of them trying to, get into more drama.
Right.
What if I saw one chick and I thought she was cute? What if I told you this chick was like posting some all type of nasty, goofy stuff? Like, well, it was like tawdry, sexy, right? Yeah. Why I message this chick? Why I find out this woman was on Vice News? Is it cool if I call you Ed?
Yeah,
or like, do you have another moniker I could call you by? So I can't call you the Den Show.
No, you can call me Ed, or you can call me Honcho, or what happened? Either one. Those are cool.
Yeah, like, because I want to address you properly and stuff. Because like some of this stuff, like I'm telling you a story, but I'm trying to keep it all the talking about body count women, like chicks that's loose, where people would be looking at me sideways, like, why are you talking to this whole bag? Like, because for real, I've been having that, like, where people throwing all type of arrows and slings at me. But it's like, the hoe might need somebody that's, like, legit in head to talk to her, more so than the chick that's doing good. And plus, I'm black pill. If I'm black pill, I can't even talk to no regular female. If you playing like you Joey Pants on the Matrix and shit, I'm Neo out this bitch. I already knew. Like this shit that I told you about years ago that you probably saw unfolding where people was like, he crazy, he's stupid, he don't know what he's talking about. Tell that mofo, shut up.
Man, I forgot what it was. Something that came up the other day, and that's why I was like, man, I said, I wonder what Lee think about. It's going to hit me. That's what I've been trying to think about. It was like, it was something we were talking about the other day. And like I said, it just made me think about it. That's why I said with the cat. That's what, yeah. Man, look. What's up, Wink? He said, call them chum buckets. You say women have more than enough resources. But yeah, like I say, it's something. I can't remember what it is. But I believe it, like I say, because it's been many things. And you sent resources, you've sent the articles and to several things that you've mentioned before. So I don't doubt it.
Yeah, think about this, right? Back to the chick that's a chicken head, quote unquote.
Right.
I started talking to this chick named Real Gumpson. She a musty hippie chick. She posting all type of ignorant crap. My YouTube is banned, terminated. I don't post nothing like that. I never posted nothing about the sex trafficking victims I tried to help and write letters for. They got rid of me just in case. This chick posting, wow, she got a dashboard, right? Why I find out she was on Vice News. Guess what the episode was about, man? The episode was called sex cults or whatever. Like she was in a cult, right? Out in Tennessee called The Garden.
Right.
I didn't know this, and I low-key picked her up. And it didn't take me nothing hard. Like people would be sitting up there like, like I was just nice to her. I was nice to her and I can draw. Like this is the thing. If you got charisma and you like somebody that's like a version of a Denzel Washington or Brad Pitt or some stuff and people blackballing you, you might be seeing Puffy and Kanye, but they not articulate. When Kanye go ranting and he go do interviews, he sound like a clown shoe and a Klan member. He sound like Clayton Bigsby.
Breathing all the white man's air. Oh, man.
Yeah, think about it. It was talking about, like, he making a song, Hail Hitler. This is his last swing. He sell 4,000 copies doing that. If I had 10,000 people that was watching my videos and they sitting up there, like, hating on me, and like years ago, I might have told you, I'm like, yeah, one of his ghostwriters met one of my NY beat makers, and next thing I know, they stole some of my tracks and stuff. I ain't lie about that. But I bet you this, the girl that was going to do the ASCAP with me, she got lured to Texas and stuff. She was out around King. Hey, did you hear about Adam King?
No, I didn't hear about Adam King. What happened with Adam King?
Adam King was a sheriff out there that got busted messing with Anna Goodlow. Dr. Anna Goodlow was scared to turn in her weapon. My friend was getting held hostage out there. I was calling up. They tried to kill my friend during that heat wave. They tried to kill my friend during that heat wave. Instead of putting her on the bus, they tried to kill her in Godley, Texas. And they had a whole orchestration. So that they took her to Alvarado, took her to Bono. They dyed her hair color so that she wouldn't match with the pictures that I had, because I had old pictures of her. I got recordings and stuff too. I bought a body cam.
Right.
What you think I got on that body cam?
You got an actual visual of her?
Huh?
So you got visual of her on the body cam, or of them saying on the body cam?
Yeah, I ended up recording a video of her where they was trying to kill her at.
Oh, no.
Yep. I had her stand up and turn around and stuff, and I started taking pictures while she was turned around 360. So I had the location of what everything looked like when she was about to die, because she was calling me up, and it took like 30 minutes because she was crying and shit, delirious in the heat.
Right.
They had her out there damn near butt naked.
That's crazy.
They had my friend out there damn near butt naked. Like, I'm trying to contain my anger.
Right.
Like, I was calling black females was acting rude with me, Mexican females that sound like white girls was acting rude with me. People was questioning me. People was trying to dox me. They was asking my address. People started riding by my house with cowboy hats on and shit. But this is the thing. One person was like, he doesn't flinch, because I come out to the mailbox and stuff and be looking at people and stuff like, all right, if you want it, you going to get it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And people be getting stuff twisted. I don't got to be having no weapon on me. My daddy was in the Army and I boxed. What if I told you a cartel dude ended up calling me up and he knew all types of stuff about my family, was talking about my daddy and all types of crap and everything and stuff, And we still on the topic of body count, because, they was messing with my friend. They was sending my friend out there messing around with her. She was supposed to be doing ass cap with me. They sat up there and decided she needed to be like, what's that girl? I think her name Rosario Dawson that was in that movie. Land of the Dead.
Yeah, I think it's one of them.
Did you ever see that movie Land of the Dead with one Italian girl in the movie? She was talking about they decided she had to be a hoe, but really she wanted to be in the military or whatever.
I don't know. I may or may not have seen. I might not have seen that one. I might have been thinking about it.
Remember they had the black male zombie and his name was Big Daddy? That movie.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Like one of the last ones from George Romero.
No, I don't think I've seen. I don't recall. I don't think I've seen it. I got a lot.
Watch that movie.
I got a lot of gaps in my movie. You said the Land of the Dead.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll check it out.
It was supposed to be called Dead Reckoning, because Dead Reckoning was the name of the vehicle. It was supposed to be about the vehicle and stuff that they had. But in the movie, they had these things called sky flowers, where they shoot fireworks to distract the zombies, and they go do raids to get stuff. And John Leguizamo was in the movie playing a guy. I think his name was Tuco or something like that. Mm-hmm. But he was mad because he felt betrayed. He was like trying to save up to try to buy himself a condo or something, or buy himself a apartment in this big tower. And then he found out all that work that he did, that he was too low class, and it was like, some racism. They didn't want him to be up into there. Yeah. And it ended up being an issue because he took Dead Reckoning and he was trying to put belt to ass. And the zombie Big Daddy started waking up, getting smarter. And he was like, wait a minute. All the other zombies getting killed when them sky flowers is going. Yeah. And he started telling them, no, look down. Stop looking in the sky. Look down. Yeah. Like Big Daddy, the zombie brother that worked at the gas station, he started paying attention. He was like, no, they killing all of us when them sky flowers is going up there. So now he want to put belt to ass.
Right.
But meanwhile, I think her name was, why am I saying Rosario Dawson? That ain't the actress. I think it was the daughter of one of the guys who produced Dawn of the Dead, because wasn't that the second one?
I think I might know. Like I said, here's my thing. Like my deal is like, I'll watch a movie and then beat and forgot the damn movie. Like I know I watched a couple of. I want to say Dawn of the Dead. I feel like I've seen that one.
But I love writing. I love script writing and stuff and everything and stuff. I could storyboard. Like I can draw and do different stuff. Like I'm a multi-talented person and stuff. Like so. Like I've tried to reach out to talk to different people trying to do different things before. And like I low key had people tell me straight up, they're like, oh, you're blackballed. You're not going to be able, you can't work with us at this place and this and that other. And then I find out why. And it's like, what, all of this shit having to do with them dudes is crashing out. Like they suck. Like the little shit that they do now, like they still suck. Like, like they don't even have good gatekeepers anymore. Even their gatekeepers is people that's like dubious and questionable. Like, y'all done brung it out too bad to where it's like all screwed up. Like maybe y'all shouldn't have bumped off Tupac like that. Maybe you shouldn't have bumped off this person like that. Maybe y'all shouldn't have let a bunch of people where all they did was blackball everybody and stuff, let them be in the picture.
Right.
Maybe y'all shouldn't have covered up what happened to Pimp C. Like, maybe y'all should have let whoever killed him go to jail.
Man, that's a whole different conversation right there, man. But here's the deal, Mr. Lee. I'm
No, it's part of it.
No, but I'm going to cut you short right here because I'm going to have to get ready to wrap it up in a second. But I did want to say that I really am super happy to get to chop it up with you, man, because I have been wondering about, what's going on with my dog Lee, and it's good to hear from you. And you're still fighting a good fight. That's what's most important. But anything else on your mind, real quick, before we wrap it up?
And it's good hearing from you too, man. Like, it's great that you still doing the show. Yeah. I'm sorry everything is going so weird.
That's the worst way the world is.
But like the little bit I know, I'm willing to share it,
I appreciate it. But man, Saturday, is planned. I'm going to see. We'll see. May or may not. I may not. I got to see what takes place. But I was definitely thinking about doing more of a supernatural conversation. So I know, you may have some insight on that. So if we do go live, hopefully I get to hear from you then, though.
Can you say that again? It got real low.
Oh, my bad. I said I was hoping. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow. I'm not for sure yet. I ain't gonna make a promise, but if we do, I was gonna say I want to do a supernatural Saturday. To talk about some of the more, out there conversations. And I said, hopefully you will be able to join us then if we do have that conversation.
Yeah, I think I had a couple ghost stories and whatnot and stuff. Some weird type of stories. I think I might have tried to tell you a bit about one of them once. I might clock in for that.
Yeah, that would definitely be dope. Definitely be dope. So definitely, if we go live tomorrow, holler, man, I definitely would like to hear it.
Yeah, but I hope everybody doing well. Like all of the other people that call in and support your show and everything, and help you keep entertaining people and doing different stuff and everything. I hope everybody's safe and whatnot,
Yes, sir. Definitely appreciate that. Gonna keep trying. We're definitely gonna keep pushing. But that's a bit. Well, I appreciate you calling in this evening, Mr. Lee, man. Like I said again, it was good hearing from you. I appreciate your call.
All right, man. Stay up.
Right,
One.
Shout out to Lee, man. It was good to hear from Lee. So this is the deal, man. First, again, shout out to the lovely Miss Dita Gamma. Again, I appreciate the support. Oh man, y'all don't understand. It's a good feeling when it's just been a minute. You know what I'm saying? When it's just been a minute when somebody I ain't heard from in a while, it's always a good feeling. But I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up. Take a little. I want to tap out here. I ain't gonna lie. I've been up and down. Sleep schedule a little off, and I gotta fight these dogs because I gotta watch Puppy Fight League. But with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all. And as always, it's truly my honor, my privilege, but more than anything, it is my pleasure getting to chop it up with you lovely people each and every night. Tentative for tomorrow. Not 100% yet. Tentative for tomorrow. We'll see what's happening. But, again, I love y'all. Take care of yourself. I don't see y'all tomorrow. We'll rock Monday or however we go. So, adios. Good evening. Love y'all. Take care of yourself. Y'all ain't got to go home. I'm probably not going to be in a voice chat tonight. But you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the fuck up out the den. So take care of yourselves. Until next time, tomorrow or Monday, adios ski.